to defense inside. That's it to Roy. He puts it up in the
5, turns the corner 30, 25-20.
LISD TV welcomes you to the following sports presentation.
in time.
Hi, and welcome to another week of Friday Night at Lowry. If you are just joining us, we're about to watch the second game of tonight's doubleheader, Monterey versus Odessa Permian. Tonight is Monterey's homecoming, and the game is sold out on both sides. It has been a much anticipated game for the whole season. Last year, when these two teams met, the Panthers shut out the Plainsmen 23-0, but tonight may be a different story. Monterey leads District 2-5A, undefeated with a 4-0 record, and Odessa Permian trails behind 3-1. The Panthers are, however, ranked number 1 in their district with one more win over Midland and Midland Lee. The game tonight will end the non-district play for these two teams. Permian has been able to put up more than 40 points and averaging 257 passing yards per game each win this season. Monterey's offense proves to be just as successful as the Mojo, with an average of 285 offensive yards per game this season. Tonight may come down to how well the two defenses can stop the other's offense. Let's hear what Coach Morton has to say about tonight's game.
They do have a lot of weapons, Steve. They throw the ball tremendously well. Quarterbacks spread the ball around. They've got running backs that they can run the ball with. And then the Bird kid, I think, is just an extra dimension for him because he's so good defensively. And then they line up and throw the ball to him at receiver, and he's a real weapon out there.
Well, it's about time for the kickoff. I would like to remind you that LISD TV will rebroadcast this game all weekend, as well as the Lubbock High and Paladuro homecoming game. The Lubbock High game will air at noon and 6 p.m., and the Monterey game at 3 and 9 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. These games will also air on Monday night at 6 and 9 p.m. Don't forget, next week, as LISD TV 12 will rebroadcast the Estacado and Snyder game. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the game. Let's go down to Lowry with Steve Dale.
Thanks, Trent. What should be a screwbuster tonight at Lowry Field in Lubbock, Texas will not disappoint the capacity crowd as Monterey entertains Odessa Permian here at Lowry on doubleheader Friday. Already, Paladuro has come in to take on Lubbock High, but the Westerners won their homecoming by 25-7. Now Monterey will try and duplicate the act. For the Plainsmen, their first 4-0 start on the year and their first undefeated start since 1995. And is Permian back? Well, we're going to find out tonight. Their only loss to number 3 ranked Euless Trinity a couple of weeks ago, and this Monterey Permian ball game has been circled by both ball clubs for an entire year. So they both want a piece of each other here at Lowry Field in Lubbock, Texas on a gorgeous Friday night, and we'll be back with more on the pregame after this on the Sports Express Radio Network.
Hello, I'm James Morton, Monterey head football coach. Are you ready for some football at Lowry Field? Plainsmen, time to lay it on the line.
Monterey and Odessa Permian at Lowry and Lubbock on a gorgeous Friday night, filled to capacity on this west side, growing on the east. Steve Dale, Stan Scott, Dr. Ron North, and Tommy Young down below on the sideline. Monterey has just come onto the playing field, and Tommy, boy, I think there's a lot of electricity down below this evening.
Well, Steve, you take the two factors that, number one, it's homecoming 2006, which is always a big crowd and a lot of fun, and then you add the Plainsmen are 4-0. Coming into this game, and that is nothing but excitement. I have not seen the stands filled on the west side of Lowry Field. Have not seen them this full in a long time. Everything from junior high students all the way through the student body, and that's even filtering over into the parents section. There is not a seat to be found on the west side, and that really could help the Plainsmen, as they're going to need everything within their power to beat the Permian Panthers tonight.
If you are coming to Lowry, you might want to bring a blanket. Not only is it going to be a little cool, but you may not have a seat. You may have to sit on the grass. So we'll be back with a kickoff after we take this 2-minute timeout. This is the Sports Express Radio Network tonight.
We have a dream of a one-on-one relationship with a caring adult. We have a dream of a safe place to learn and grow. We have a dream of learning marketable skills to use when we graduate. We have a dream of a healthy start and a healthy future. We have a dream to give back to our peers and community, because one person makes a difference. A community can make things change.
Capacity crowd for Monterey at home tonight, taking on the Odessa Permian Panthers. The student body, well, they've brought signs. They've even brought a cat on a stick tonight. Now, he's not a live one, he's a stuffed one, but they've got all sorts of various sundry objects down below to support their football team tonight. As Monterey won the opening coin toss, they want the football. Permian will defend the south and kick off as Monterey moves from north to south, from left to right here, receiving the opening kick of the contest. And gentlemen, excitement, electricity. This one ought to be a real headbuster of a contest tonight. Well, we've got the clock set. We've got the players on the playing field. And back deep to receive the kickoff will be Cody Hill along with Omar Sharif. Those are the two back at the 10-yard line, and they are anticipating the kick from the Permian placement man who has the ball teed up and
That's a little different from what we've seen in the past. I think in the past it's been Seymour back there with Hill.
Justin Reber has it teed up at the south 40 in the middle of the playing field and ready to advance on it. Permian in their traditional white road uniforms, all white, black numerals, white headgear. Monterey in all red, white numerals, and the Columbia blue war bonnet. Here's the advance by Reber. The kick is high. It's deep. It's going to be Sharif to field this a yard deep, and he bobbles it, and he will go and take a knee as he clenches his fist and motions at Cody Hill, and he says, golly, I wanted to take that out. So Monterey will take the touchback, first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
That's Justin Reber is the guy that made that kickoff, and he put it up so high that it was a long hang time. And I tell you what, that's I think one of the big reasons why Sharif was not able to go anywhere, because he felt there's some pressure coming on him right away. So a very nice kickoff just to start for the Permian Panthers.
So we will see how Monterey comes out offensively. They've run a lot of the flex bone. That is their base offense. They've come out in the I tonight. They've run some of that here with their big tailback, Greg Holloman, dotting it. Here is Lyra, gives the ball to the fullback, and driving out across the 23, 24-yard line goes Brett Longley in there at that fullback spot as a starter this season. He's going to gain 4 to the 24-yard line, second down and 4. Coming up defensively and making the stop for Permian is going to be someone on their defensive line. It's Irving Escobedo and Bront Bird coming up out of the secondary to make the stop. So second down and 4. Ball's on the far hash mark, wide side of this near right. Top side has a split end. Slot goes to this near right side as Lyra goes under center with a one-back set. 3-step drop, fires the ball near side. Caught Josh Davis at the 30. Breaks a tackle, 35 down the sideline, 40, and then runs over a Permian Panther tackler at the Monterey 42-yard line on the near sideline. Chris Dykes comes up, the strong safety, but Davis drove a shoulder into him, ran over him, stepped on him, but he reached up and pulled him down at the 43-yard line. First down on the pass completion.
Time the Panthers were in a 5-2 defense, and Matt Lawson was completely faked out over here by the receiver, and should have had a loss on that play, and it turned out a very nice play by Monterey.
Here's a broken bone formation. First down and 10 for Monterey. Here's a handoff going to the left halfback. That's Holloman. Spins off the left side. He's outside the 45 to the 46-yard line. He's going to pick up about 4 on that play. We haven't seen that much, Stan. In fact, I think that's the first time we've seen the broken wishbone on the season.
Well, and the other thing, that's the first time we've seen Holloman really running up inside tight, except from an I formation. We've seen this same play lots of times, but he has dotted the I rather than being in a wishbone set.
So here comes second down and about 7 needed for the first down, just outside the 46-yard line, Monterey territory. Here's a back in motion. Here comes Lyra running option left side, turns the corner, drives down to the 50-yard line as he made a cut on the far hash mark, and apparently his footing gave way. He had more running room, but he goes down at the 50-yard line. Chris Dykes, the strong safety, in on the stop, and this is going to be a gain of 3, bringing up third down and 4, facing Monterey, and another third down conversion coming up.
We've talked several times about Joel Lyra, and he really is reading that option well. And that was probably, something that he gained last year by playing those 4 games as a starter and then having spring training rather than being out on the baseball field.
So third and 4 at the midfield stripe. Monterey needs the 47 in Permian territory. Here is Lyra, fires the ball to the near sideline looking for Davis, and he overshot him on the near side at the 35-yard line. He had him open, and in fact, that ball was pretty much there, but Davis a little late coming out of his break with the defender in Dykes and Lawson on him in double coverage that time. Also Bront Bird over there, the safety, and it's going to be punt time on 4th and 4. Monterey fails with a surprise pass on 3rd and 4.
Punt is something that Monterey hasn't done in a whole lot. In fact, the first 2 games, they only punted 1 time.
So Dustin McClellan will go back in punt formation. There's dual safeties back for Permian inside the 20. Matt Lawson is 1, and McClellan's going to hang a wobbly kick down the playing field. That's going to be fielded by Lawson. Goes to the far side, gets a wall. 20, 25, breaks the tackle. 35, 40, still going to the 45 and knocked down at the Permian 48-yard line on the far sideline as Matt Lawson got a wall, got to the far side, turned the corner, and then finally got caught by the last Monterey defender in Devron Jeffrey to bring him down at the Permian 48-yard line.
Stephen, the first game of the season against Lubbock High, Permian set up 2 walls just like that and returned both of them for touchdowns. That was real backbreaker for Lubbock High. They were right in the game until those two happened, and they set that wall up again just then.
That's one thing James Morton was worried about was special teams play. He didn't think his special teams had been real crisp on the year so far, and, well, they're going to have to be a little better tonight, apparently. Here is the gun for the Permian Panthers. Tate Smith in it, backs to either side. 2 wide inverted to this left side, 1 wide to the top short left, or excuse me, that's the right. Here is Smith, goes on the left side, pitches the ball back. It's Melvis Pride. He's to the 45, the 40, into Monterey territory on the far hash mark, and dropped at the 39-yard line. Pride on an inside reverse to the wingback on this left side, going back to the top of the formation. The right of the formation is going to get a first down as he tears off a gain of about 15 yards down to the Monterey 39-yard line.
Boy, a trick play right off the bat. They started with the 2 backs on each side of the quarterback and shotgun, and then he flipped a little reverse to Melvis Pride, who's the fastest guy on the team. He is like a 10-1 sprinter. So what a trick play to start.
Here's the same set, inverted slot to the wide near left, and here's the handoff going to the running back, going right side. He's got an alley, 35-30, and knocked down at the Monterey 30-yard line is Shaquay Gant. Boy, Gant, he is huge, and he runs with power and speed, and he tears off 9 on that first down carry. Make it 8, call it second down and a short 2, and right now Permian in just 2 plays has moved it down into Monterey territory, second down and 2 at the Plainsman 30.
Monterey's defense, especially their secondary and linebackers, are really trying to disguise coverage. Looking at a cover 2, sometimes roll up to a man, and split black to a 3. And they're trying to change everything before the snap so not to give Smith a good read.
Gun again for Smith. Back set to his right. 3 wide to the near left side. Handoff going down the middle of the running back. That may be Gant again. 25-20. Down near the 15-yard line goes Shaquay Gant. Oh, he just is huge. And if you don't get him wrapped up, he'll just break an arm tackle as Jarvis Morris with the carry that time instead of Gant. But he gets the first down to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 on the carry.
That's that by committee we were talking about. First play is Melvis Pride on a end around. Then it's Gant. Now that time it's Morris. And I think they all just run about the same.
13-yard gain. Morris stays in as they go no huddle. And Smith looks over, gets the play. He's got slots either side. He's going to give the ball on the read down the middle. That is Morris. Runs into a tackler near the 15-yard line, but drives his way close to the 13. In fact, inside the 14 as Jarvis Morris at 6 feet 195, running over Monterey defenders in his wake that time. Left a couple. He's going to gain 4, second down and 6. And Stan, Monterey's got to find some way to shut this off.
Well, I'm going to say they came out to stop the passing attack, and they have not thrown a pass yet, unless you count that little shuttle pass back inside as a pass after that back coming back under. Other than that, there hasn't been anything even resemble a pass.
Here is Smith out of the gun again, backs to either side. 2 wide right to the far side, 1 left. Here is a little read again. Down the middle goes the running back. Gant breaks 10, 5, touchdown, Permian. And they just took this thing and drove it right down the heart of the playing field and against the Monterey defense. And they're on top now, 6-0, 7:27 to go in the first quarter of play.
Well, they just left them. If you're watching the replay, and this is going to be live replayed on TV, you can see just a string of Plainsmen diving for him, and nobody had been able to bring him down.
There were a couple that had shots at him. Logan Morris tried to reach out and grab the jersey, but he just ripped out of that grasp. And now the Panthers trying to make it a clean 7-point lead as Reber is going to try and boot the extra point through at the north end. The kick is on its way, and it's good. 7-0. Permian leading Monterey here at Lowry and Lubbock. We'll be back with the Panther kickoff after a 1-minute break on the Sports Express Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Trey Horkey, and this is Monterey Student Council, home of the Plainsmen.
Go Monterey! MHS, let's go! Let's go! MHS, let's go! Let's go!
Hi, I'm Marcy Garrettson, and we're the Monterey Varsity Cheerleaders, the Heart of Champions.
Well, I think there is a national talk show host that calls it butter in a microwave, and that's kind of like what Permian did to Monterey's defense. Robert Snyder, our statistician, has the scoring drive update.
5 plays, 52 yards, 2:11 off the clock. Permian very efficient on the 14-yard touchdown run by Shakay Grant for the 7-0 lead.
Every play was at least 10 yards or more. And here is Reber to kick it high, deep again. This is going to be Sharif, takes it 5 yards deep, thought about it, gets up to the goal line and goes on one knee. And Monterey will take it again. First down and 10 out at their own 20-yard line. And gentlemen, if I'm James Morton, I think I've got my defense over there instructing a little bit about run stop right now.
Well, I can tell you from being down on the sidelines before, this Monterey coaching staff coaches during the game. I mean, it's not over there not trying to pump somebody up and not chewing on kids. They get over there and they're asking them what happened, where is he, how did they line up, and they're making adjustments. They really work hard on the sideline. Lots of coaching going on.
So Monterey, which had moved the ball pretty nicely out to the 50-yard line from the 20 with the opening kickoff on the touchback, will have to try and do it again, but now answer. Here's the pitch back to Holloman, tries the right side, runs out to the 23-yard line, and that is it. A whole lot of white and black out there to make the stop on him, led by Alex Lujan from his linebacking spot, and it's going to be a gain of 4. Second down, actually short of the 24-yard line, so second down, we'll call it a long 6 needed on this near hash mark.
You alluded to, Steve, about Permian and their defensive all being small and quick and getting after it. Lujan typifies that at 5'9", 186 at a middle linebacker.
Yeah, he's their leading tackler with 29 tackles so far this year.
They get all over you like gnats. Here is Cody Hill in the ball game in motion. Here is Lira, runs the option, goes left side, reaches out to the 25-yard line on the far hash mark, and that's going to be it. It is Irving Escobedo that comes in and wraps him up from his linebacking spot on the play. A gain of 2. Third down, 5 now coming for Monterey. And they can get past the line of scrimmage, but they don't get a lot of run yards after that out of this option so far, as Permian is just filling the holes with their quickness.
They're coming from the linebacker spot, both of those 2 tackles, and then the corners closing in as well. So the holes are plugged by the center of that 5-man front.
Well, they're in a 3-4 with 4 linebackers, 2 outside, 2 inside. Here is Lira, runs option, right side, wide side, near side, pitch back, Holloman breaks the tackle, 25, out to the 30-yard line goes Holloman, and he's dragged down from behind and around the 32-yard line. It is Austin Schaefer that comes in the defensive end and pulls him down from behind, and it's going to be first down and 10 at the 31-yard line, just outside that in Monterey territory.
I think we can see the quickness of Permian's defense is the difference in what we've seen with what Monterey has been able to do in early games. The same holes are there, and Lira's been able to cut it up, but he's picking up 3 or 4 yards rather than 6 or 7. The same thing on Holloman on that carry. Other teams, that would have been a 15 to 20-yard gain.
Straight eye, wide side, the top left, handoff. No, it's picked back. Holloman runs right up the middle and gets headbutted as he crosses the 35 and goes down near the 38-yard line. He ran smack dab into a Texas Tech verbal commitment and brought Bird, and Bird brought down Holloman. And I don't know, Holloman, they had him listed as a third-team super teamer in Dave Campbell's football as a linebacker. I'm not so sure that Holloman won that battle right there, gentlemen.
Well, Brock Bird, as you say, has committed to Tech. He was an everybody pick All-State before the season, and he's really living up to it.
Gain of 6 by Holloman, second down 4. Pitch back to Holloman. Here comes the reverse. It's Sharif to the far top left side, makes a cut, 40, 45, 50, sideline and down at the Permian 45-yard line is Omar Sharif, and a nice block by Joel Lira, who gets up hobbling a little bit, but looks to be all right back at the Plainsman 40-yard line. But Monterey is, well, they're just going to huddle back there. I thought Lira was moving back, anticipating a mark-off on a possible flag, but there is none. First down and 10 now at the Permian 46-yard line after the 17-yard carry on the reverse.
Well, great block by Brett Longley out there also after he come off of that inside fake.
So here comes Monterey on the march again, first time in enemy territory, trailing 7-0. Lira, play action, good protection, rolls right, needs to run, but he fires it downfield looking for Hill. He comes back and he makes the catch at the 25-yard line. Cody Hill pushing the defender to get by him and then catching the pass at the Permian 25-yard line, and a penalty flag flies as this play takes place. Let's see if this is going to be offensive or defensive.
It looks as though it's going to be defensive because they're marking the spot where the ball was actually down. They've got the flag back on the other side. They're going to refuse that play of the defensive pass interference and take the play.
Boy, that is a play Monterey needed to make, and who else stand but Cody Hill?
Oh, I guarantee you, Cody Hill, I might as well put my vote in as the forward built tough player of the game because I know he's just getting warmed up.
Well, he's had 2 carries on the year, 2 touchdowns, one of those an 85-yard run in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter last week down at Midland to beat the Bulldogs. Here is the flex bone set, one back, that's Longley, and then wings to either side. Here is Hill in motion, back to the left, pitch back to him. Gets a block, turns the corner, darts inside the 20, and goes down in a heap at the 19-yard line. He will gain 5 on the carry, maybe a little bit more, bringing up 2nd down and about 4.5 needed for the 1st down. Cody Hill a little bit beat up and banged up, but last basketball season, this young man at Amarillo guarding Kyler Hill on the basketball team, who is the Sandy starting quarterback this year, caught an elbow as Hill turned around right above the eyebrow. Cut him, bloodied him, no foul got called. He came back next week looking like he'd been in a heavyweight fight, but he continued to play out the basketball season. This kid is tough. 2nd down, 5. Slot goes wide to this near right side. Holloman in motion that way. Runs down the middle with the pitch out. Spins, tries to get loose, but he's ankle tackled at the 17-yard line. He will be shy of the 1st down by a couple of yards on the carry. Ross Forrest coming in, making the stop from his outside linebacking spot. And Monterey now looking at a 3rd down and about 3. They're going to put the ball at the 18-yard line. And Holloman almost got loose for a big play, almost a 1st down. Maybe a touchdown had he broken loose.
Tell you what, Monterey's gone back to their regular plays now, but it took a couple of trick plays early on with that reverse to Hill to get past and get a 1st down. Now they're back to playing some regular, straightforward smash mouth football.
Here is the pure bone, no tight end, wideouts to either side. We saw this last week at Midland. Here is Lyra going to option the ball to the left side, looks to turn the corner. He does, he keeps it. He's to the 15, the 10, 5 spins, touchdown Monterey and Lyra. A great spin inside the 10-yard line to dodge a Permian Panther defender, and he races into the end zone for the TD.
Well, and he makes such great reads, and once he turns the corner, we talked to James Odom about it. He has such great acceleration, maybe not overall speed, but his 10 yards, first 10 yards as fast as anybody.
And not only does Lyra score the touchdown, he comes racing to the near sideline on the track, and he's motioning to the crowd to get up because he wants to win this ball game this evening. Tracy DeVaca to attempt the extra point. It's on its way at the south end, and we are knotted at 7. It is a 17, 18-yard run by Lyra for the touchdown to tie Permian 7-7. 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the ball in the 1st quarter of play, and we'll be back with the Monterey kickoff after a 1-minute break on the Sports Express Radio Network.
I'm Michael Vance, and this is the Monterey Drumline. Monterey, where the future takes flight.
Hi, I'm Damian Madrid. This is the Lubbock High Golf Team. You are watching LISD TV.
Channel 12!
Breaks him loose off an 18-yard run for the tying touchdown. We'll go down to the sideline with Tommy Young in a moment. Here's the kickoff by Tracy DeVaca of Monterey. Angles it to the far side. It's fielded on the run at the 18-yard line. Going toward the far hash mark is the return man in Nick McFall, but he is swarmed under at the 20-yard line, and Permian begins 1st down and 10 at their own 20. And Tommy, you were down there on the sideline seeing all that and the excitement and such, and what a drive by Monterey.
Indeed, Steve, and when Joel Lyra made that spin, you know, when you play Nintendo, that's called hitting the B button. That makes your players spin like that. Hey, watch during this series, Monterey will still change the look of their defensive backs before the snap, but watch for their defensive tackles to really concentrate on the A gap. So try and cut down the runs in the middle of the field.
Well, here's the handoff to the Permian running back, and the ball pops loose, and Monterey makes a recovery at the 18-yard line. The ball went to the running back for the Panthers in Shaquay Gant, and Gant coughed it up. He didn't really have a handle on the football, and Monterey went in and smothered it for the fumble recovery as Buddy Perry gets on top of the ball and recovers it, and Monterey has their first turnover against the Panthers tonight. 1st and 10 now at the Odessa Permian 17-yard line.
And Tommy called it. They converged on that A gap, and that's where they wanted to hit, and those two techniques were in there that time, causing the fumble.
We may have 2 scoring drives to recap here in a moment. Here's the I formation, wideouts either side. Here's the handoff to Holloman, racing down the middle. Oh, he runs into a pack of Permian Panther defenders, and he just lowers the boom. And then coming in from behind is Greg Bulls to finish off the play from his line spot and push everyone another couple of yards forward down the field near the 12-yard line. About 4 yards gained on the run by Holloman, who smacked into all those white-clad Panther defenders. Ross Forrest brought him down on the play. 2nd down and 6, and brought Bird in there to help finish it off. Robert Snyder, our statistician, has the Monterey scoring drive recap now.
9 plays, 80 yards, 4:24 off the clock for the touchdown drive for Monterey.
Monterey looking for their first lead. Here's the one-back set. Holloman in motion right side. Lyra gives the ball down the middle of the fullback. He wrestles his way inside the 10, near the 9-yard line goes Brett Longley. Longley is going to gain another 3 yards and just inside the 10 to bring up a 3rd down and about 2 for the Monterey first down. Again, Ross Forrest, the defensive end, 6'3" junior, 188 pounds, converging on the running back, and Monterey keeping this thing on the ground on 3rd and short, I would imagine. Is this 2-down territory, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Don't take the field goal here. You go for the touchdown. See if you can't get the early momentum. Here's the straight bone. Lyra under center. Wideouts deployed to either side. Wide side the top left. Here comes Lyra. Option left side. Pitches the ball back to Cody Hill. He bobbles it. Picks it up on the bounce. He's inside the 5, and he's knocked out of bounds at the Panther 3-yard line. Hill playing basketball on the field. Coming in, Robert Murray. Chris Dykes brings him down. But Cody Hill was a basketball player, and he showed the deft hands right there as he bounced that pitch out right back to him. And he gets the first down as he moves it inside the 5 to the Panther 3.
But he's lucky that that's a football and it bounced like a basketball. Otherwise, it could have gone one way or the other, but it actually came right back up into his hands. He did not lose a step, and he was able to make a beautiful first down on that.
Here is the pure bone by Monterey again. Lyra goes under. Wideouts either side, the wide side, the near right. And here is Lyra, gives the ball down the middle to the fullback, and into the end zone for the touchdown is Longley. So Monterey cashing in a Panther TD, 13-7 now, and looking at 14 unanswered points. Irving Escobedo and Bront Bird had a hold of Longley, but he was already too little too late into the end zone for the Panther defense. And with 1:21 to go in the first quarter of play, Monterey looking for a clean 7-point lead.
Well, Brett Bulls that time had his defensive player, Austin Sharif, at 6'3", 236 at the back of the end zone.
Steve, you know, this just shows that with great teams like this, you can't make a mistake. Permian made the mistake of putting the ball on the ground. Monterey got it, and they just marched it right on down the Panthers' throat. So those are the kind of things that are going to make a big difference in this game.
Tracy Tabaka's extra point is good. 14-7 Monterey with the lead. We'll be back with the Plainsman kickoff after a 1-minute break on the Sports Express Radio Network.
And let's go. Let's go. MHS, MHS, let's go. Let's go. MHS, MHS, let's go. Let's go. MHS, MHS. Hi, I'm Marcy Garrettson, and we're the Monterey Varsity Cheerleaders. Perfection never looked this good. Monterey High School, where the future takes flight.
LISD TV 12 is on the web. Log on to www.lisd.tv for show information, replay schedules, and district news. LISD TV, the future of education today.
Here is Monterey kicking the ball on a pooch. It's loose inside the 35-yard line. A scramble for the loose leather, and they will have to unstack this mass of humanity as Tabaka pooching it high into the air and seeing if it would fall in no man's land, and it did. Dustin McClellan was down there for Monterey, but he could not get to it. And coming up with the football for Permian to maintain the possession looks to be Clint Hill, as the Panthers are going to keep the football 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line, but Monterey using a little bit of deception or trickery right there on a little pooch kick on the kickoff. So 1st down and 10 Panthers. Here is Tate Smith in the shotgun. Stomps the foot, now looks over to the sideline to get the play call. Backs to either side. Slot is inverted to this near wide right. Excuse me, that's the left. Here is Smith. He's going to give the ball away to the running back. Crashing out across the 35 to the 38-yard line goes Jarvis Morris, and Morris is going to pick up a quick 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 as Monterey now gang tackling every running back they can. Let's go down to the sideline. Tommy Young has a special look at what's going on tonight here on the west side.
Guys, earlier we had talked about what we had seen with the crowd and everything. If you'll look up onto the hill, that is the standing room only. There's no room left. Talking with assistant athletic director David Harrison, he hadn't seen that since the Spurs game, 1989. That just tells you how big tonight's game is.
Here's Smith wanting to throw his first pass of the evening, and this ball is caught out in the left flat and out of bounds near the 41-yard line. Goes the receiver and Jarvis Morris again. Morris catching that ball out of the backfield for a 1st down. It's going to be shy of the 1st down. At the 41, missing it by a yard. 3rd down and 1. Shamadrick Atkins coming in coverage that time to make the stop and really force him out of bounds shy of the stick.
Defensive secondary, they're doing all that shuffling around, but I think they're ending up every time with the 2 deep in the secondary and playing zone underneath, running a lot of crossing routes, but those corners are staying out in the flats and linebackers in the middle, and with Hill back there along with Seymour as the 2 safeties.
Just a good basic cover, too, back there, and let everybody in the middle play where they want to stand almost.
Here is the handoff. Going up the middle is the running back and Robert Murray, and he is stuffed as he nears the 42-yard line. If he is between the 41 and 42, he is going to be shy of the 1st down. Standing him up defensively in that charge that time, Bryant Peoples, Shamadrick Atkins, and a couple of others in there as well. And they are going to move this shy of the 42-yard line, but the officials now apparently going to bring the chain on and measure to see if it is 4th in inches or 1st and 10.
This is just too big a game. The officials say we're going to, even this early, measure. Even though it looks like it's a little bit short, they just feel like they have to measure in this kind of a game.
They'll bring it out. They'll stretch it. It is going to be shy by about half the football. So about 6 inches needed for the Permian 1st down, but they are at their own 41.5-yard line, and will you chance it right here?
Well, this is another thing that the officials, really good officials, we've got Norm Allen and his crew out there. With good officials, they're Lone Star crew. They know to give that Permian coach a little time to think about it as well. So that's another point for measuring. I mean, there are little subtle things you do as an official to help both teams. But in this particular case, see if Permian wants to do it. I think they're going to go for it.
They look like they're going to bring the offense out. They need only 6 inches. Tate Smith will bring an I formation. Actually, it's a power I now behind him at quarterback. Monterey trying to fill the gaps. Here is Smith, gives the ball to the running back. Driving off the left side is Robert Murray, the senior. He will lunge out near the 44-yard line, have the 1st down with a couple of yards to spare. Monterey defensively just could not bow up big enough that time to keep anyone from picking up the 1st down, and that will be the final play of the 1st quarter of action. With the score, Monterey 14 and Permian 7.
Coronado girls golf team. I'm Caitlin Lambo. We're 2006 regional qualifiers. We support our Mustangs. Let's get them, girls. Garrettson, and we're the Monterey varsity cheerleaders, the Heart of Champions.
Flip the field around here at Lowry. Steve Dale, Stan Scott, Dr. Ron North, Tommy Young down below. 14-7 Monterey on top, set to begin the 2nd. Permian has it 1st and 10 at their own 44, now moving left to right, north to south. Ball's on the far hash mark with wide outs either side. Here is Tate Smith running a little flare, and he throws the ball downfield. It's caught by Lavorick Williams to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Permian on the first play of the second quarter, and I'm not sure that Monterey expected that, nor had they seen that, with Smith kind of rolling out a little bit behind the line of scrimmage to his right on almost what looked like an option play, and then threw it into the crease where Lavorick Williams caught it at the 45-yard line, Monterey territory, races down this near hash mark into the end zone, going 56 yards for what could be a tying touchdown.
Well, they got no help out of the corner that time as far as slowing him up at the line of scrimmage. Hill just couldn't reach that far from his safety position to make the coverage.
Here is the extra point try by Justin Reber, and it is going to be on its way at the south end, and we are knotted at 14 now. Only 9 seconds deep, although we do have a penalty flag down on the play. Let's see what this marker is all about. It looks like it's not anything of much consequence. Both ball clubs kind of moving back to their respective benches. And we'll get the signal here in just a moment.
Steve, that Lavorick Williams, that's his second TD now of the season. He's been averaging almost 20 yards a catch, 14 for 278. So he's caught a few. I'm sure Monterey has seen them on the film, but that time they didn't follow him. He was so wide open. The only thing left there to stop him was Cody Hill. There was a blocker in front. Cody tried to come to the outside to let somebody take him back to the inside. And I tell you, Lavorick Williams cut back in, and his speed just outran everybody.
Well, Williams and Pride were on the regional track team out of Odessa Permian, and this penalty is going to be against Monterey. It apparently is a personal foul that will move the ball to the Plainsman 45-yard line for the ensuing kickoff, as Lavorick Williams, maybe his second longest grab of the year. He had a long of 72 for a TD earlier this season, and this one he goes 56 yards with, and he just outran everyone wearing blue and Columbia blue and red this evening.
When you play that cover two, your corners are rolled up tight, and they've got to force the receiver back inside, and they've got to hold him up on the line of scrimmage to give that safety the opportunity to reach from and play half the field, and that's where the breakdown was that time. And I'm sure that corner saw the quarterback Smith headed towards him, had his head in the backfield, and was coming up to play the pitch option.
Yeah, because Williams, he just kind of settled in that vacant area there, and the safety was late getting over as well, and consequently Williams, down the hash mark on the near side, races everyone into the end zone and wins it. So now the kickoff coming from the Monterey 45-yard line with a personal foul attached, and I would imagine that the Panthers are going to try and kick this one through the end zone and give Monterey no chance of a return, as this kickoff is high, it's deep, it's going through on the fly, as Sharif will field it on the back end line, and Monterey has it 1st down and 10 out at their own 20-yard line. 11:51 to go on the first half of play, knotted at 14, and we expected nothing less, did we, guys?
Well, this has been all that I've expected. A good, hard-fought game with, big plays from Permian, and then in Monterey just controlling the ball.
Robert Snyder, our statistician, has the Permian scoring drive update, which we don't necessarily want to hear, but we will.
5 plays, 68 yards, 1:30 off the clock, capped off by the 56-yard touchdown pass to open up the second quarter.
So let's see what Monterey will do. They grounded into the end zone on their second possession. They got a turnover, cashed in for the lead in the ball game, and let's see what they do here with this to open up the second. Here is Justin Hernandez in the ball game. Throws a quick out, caught by Josh Davis outside the 25 to 26-yard line. Cannot slip a tackle, and he will go down near the 27. Robert Murray in coverage that time, the corner on that far side. Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. And we saw this last week. Hernandez against Midland. Stan led them on a touchdown drive in the first half.
At the first of the year, it seemed Lear was pretty much, settled in as a starting quarterback, and Hernandez has played off and on, but he got some considerable time last week and some significant minutes.
So here is 2nd down, about 3. Here's the I formation. The wing is tight to the right side, split in wide to this near, drawing man coverage. Under the center is Hernandez again. Pitch back goes to Holloman. Crashes off the right side behind Bulls and Smith, and no running room. He will reach the 28, gain a yard. 3rd down and 2. So Permian, Stan, they're kind of loading that right side, or that left side, if you will, of their defense. Ross Forrest and Bront Bird coming in and slowing Holloman down for only a 1-yard gain, and I guess they've probably scouted Monterey, you think?
Well, one time we charted plays, and I think something like 9 out of 10 plays on a scoring drive down at Midland all went to the right.
So Monterey, will they try to go against the average? Hernandez under center, has a 1-back flex bone set. 5-step drop, throws the out near side. Caught with a diving grab on the near sideline at the Monterey 31-yard line. Josh Davis making the effort to get to that ball. Thrown a little bit too far in front, but he grabs it at the 32, and Monterey has the first down.
Steve, you can talk about a really big play, but that was a huge play. The Mo has jumped over on the Mojo side, and I tell you, that was a third down. Had Monterey had to punt with 10 minutes left here in the second quarter, I'm afraid we would have seen the Mojos marching it right on down. That big 3rd and 2 was huge.
It really was. Here's a slot inverted short near left side. Here's the I formation. Wingback is tight to the right. Haven't seen that, but Hernandez will run right, option the ball back to Holloman, trying to get the corner. He races out near the 35-yard line, but pumped out of bounds, shy of that at the 34. Holloman has some speed, but that time that Permian defense tracked him down. Bront Bird, the free safety, getting over there and pushing him out of bounds across the sideline. Again, we'll call it 3, but it's second down and a long 7 needed, just shy of the Monterey 35.
That's probably the difference you see between Hernandez and Lira. Lira attacks that corner a little bit, turns it up a little bit quicker, and maybe has a better read than what Justin Hernandez does.
Wide side, the near left. Here is the wing back set to that side with a 1 back, and here is Holloman in motion back to the right. Now Hernandez flares out left, throws the ball back. It's caught. Davis at the 45, breaks the tackle. 50, 45, 40, and caught from behind at the Permian 39-yard line. Bront Bird grabbed him from behind. No, make that Ahmad Quigley who grabbed him from behind as the catch made by Patrick McNamara, not Davis, and McNamara almost got loose as he broke a tackle and runs down to the 39-yard line, going 27 yards on the pass and run. Matt Lawson was the corner that he broke the tackle of.
Well, that's what you see that Hernandez does better than Lira.
Yeah.
And throwing the ball, nice tight spiral, good fake, pops up and then delivers it on the spot.
I looked out there and I saw 88, and I thought, that's Davis, because earlier last week he was wearing 89, and but that is Patrick McNamara that made the grab for a first down at the Permian 39-yard line after he broke a tackle. Here is Hernandez under center again, has an eye, and we've got some movement by the Permian defensive front. And, well, the umpire threw the flag, didn't he?
They did not get in the neutral zone, so it has to be against Monterey. Right, yeah, and it is.
Procedure call against the Plainsmen to put this ball back at the Permian 44-yard line, making it first down and 15 there. A rare penalty in the ball game. We had Monterey on the extra point with a 15-yard personal foul. This one coming here, I guess, Robert, is that only 2 tonight?
Yeah, 2 penalties for 20 yards, both of those against Monterey.
Wow, so the Plainsmen getting a Permian turnover, but now committing 2 penalties in a hard-fought, knotted-up ball game at 14, 9:13, the clock moving left until halftime. Here is Hernandez under center, pitches the ball back to Hill. He wants to option it downfield. He does, and it's caught by Josh Davis with a leaping grab on the far side at the Panther 25-yard line, and then a late flag comes piling on as Bront Bird, along with Robert Murray, tackled him. I think Murray had him down and Bird may have hit him late.
It wasn't that great of a pass, but Davis really made a great play on the ball and coming back and then catching it up high in front of the defender.
I think a lot of that may be his basketball training right there, and we may have a personal foul call on this particular play against the Permian defensive secondary as Josh Davis was down. I don't know if he got speared, but he did get hit late, didn't he?
Looking at the replay, it looked like a late hit, and it's going to be half the distance. That was going from about the 24, so it looks like it's going to be Monterey's ball somewhere around the 12.5 yard line. Still 1st and 10. They'll have a chance to make a first down inside the 2.
Trying to get the lead back. Permian had it 7-0. Monterey got it at 7-7 and then 14-7 and now 14-14. The Plainsmen looking to answer back. Here's Hernandez, option keeper, turns the corner left side, breaks a tackle, darts down to the 5, maybe the 3-yard line. Justin Hernandez with an option keeper that time, running down the middle of the playing field. You don't see a lot of that, but Irving Escobedo grabbed him and stretched out that jersey, and he finally fell inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. And Monterey now looking at second down and about 3 for the first down, trying to make it goal to goal or get into the end zone for the touchdown.
You know, that wasn't the midline option that we've seen so much, and they've kind of gone away from that midline option. That's just a true read with the quarterback keeping it off tackle.
Here's a straight eye. Fullback is Longley, tailback is Holloman, wideouts to either side, flanker near left, split in is Davis right, pitch back Holloman, down the middle he crashes and into the end zone for the Plainsman, touchdown. Greg Holloman, he hit that goal line, got stood up by white jersey defenders for the Panthers. Ahmad Quigley in there, also Clint Hall off the defensive line, but then the offensive line from Monterey came in and pushed the running back in Holloman into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run. 8:07 to go until half, and Monterey looking for a 7-point lead now. 20-14. Plainsman on top. They have answered all the challenges from the Panthers this evening. And Tracy DeVaca's extra point, as it has been all season long, is good. 21-14 Monterey. We'll be back with the kickoff after this break on the Sports Express Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Bouchard, and we're the Coronado Drumline, and you're watching LISD TV. Channel 12! Channel
12! L-U-B-E-O-C-K, Lubbock, all the way, L.
Hi, I'm Jessica Hendricks, and we're the Lubbock Westerners cheerleaders. You're watching LISD TV.
Channel 12!
Monterey reestablishes the 7-point lead. Robert Snyder tells us how.
8 plays, 80 yards, 3:44 off the clock. Greg Holloman, the 4-yard touchdown run. He has 9 rushes for 33 yards. He's Monterey's leading rusher tonight.
Here's 3 back for Permian, back from the 10-yard line on in. Robert Murray is back deep for the Panthers inside the 5-yard line. Melvis Pride is also out there. You don't want those guys getting the football. So Tracy DeVaca is going to kick it deep, and he's going to angle it to the near side, and it goes over a Panther and into the end zone, and he will field it on one knee. They all had run up thinking that Murray was going to field that, and he ran up as well thinking it was going to go over him into the end zone. He got lucky that it did bounce into the end zone. Or, Doctor, that's a live football out there.
That certainly is, until it hits inside the goal. And I tell you what, that once it goes 10 yards, Monterey could recover that. I don't know what those guys were thinking back there. All 3 of them were going up to block, and the ball went over their head. And as you say, it bounced at the 10, bounced at the 5, and just unfortunate for Monterey. They were trying to hone in on it, but it went across the goal line before they got there.
And that's going to be a touchback out of the 20-yard line.
Lots of times you tell them, do not back up to catch it if it goes over your head. So I'm saying Murray should have gone to the right and caught the ball, because you tell the upbacks, you do not go back to catch it.
First down and 10, Permian at their own 20. Smith in the shotgun again, sets Pride in motion, coming from right to left. He gets the handoff in the backfield, breaks a tackle out across the 22 to the 24. Near the 25-yard line goes Melvis Pride, the 5'11 speedster in this backfield. He was a sophomore last year. Well, you know what he is this year. He gains 5, second down and 5 out to the Panther 25-yard line.
Was that the play that they started the game with, Doctor? Is that
Yes, it is. It sure is. They had 2 people lined up over on that left side of the quarterback who was in the shotgun, and they put the, what's his name there, in Pride. Did the blocking with it.
Here is second down 5. They run left again to the far sideline, and the ball carrier out across the 30, out to the 34-yard line goes Jarvis Morris, and Morris has kind of been the workhorse so far in the first half of the football game as he establishes the 1st and 10 at the Permian 34-yard line on the far hash mark.
Permian is running a no-huddle offense. They set up in that shotgun, runners on each side of the quarterback, and then he steps up, puts his foot down, looks at the defense, and then looks over the sideline, gets his play, and then comes back in, and they're ready to go.
First down 10, looks to the sideline. He has backs to either side. He's got a slot to the right, split in left. Here is Smith, gives the ball down the middle to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Caught from behind to the Monterey 40-yard line goes Jarvis Morris. He broke off the left side, and Cody Hill had to jump on his back at the Plainsman 40. Rode him down at the 38-yard line, and he tears off another big run. And right now the Panthers living off the big play, courtesy of Monterey's defense in the first half. A 28-yard run by the junior running back in Morris.
It's 12 yards. 12 yards up until
Monterey blitzed every linebacker that time. They were not able to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage, so thus there was no one back there except for Hill to make the tackle.
First down, 10, whistles blow, flags fly, and this play is going to be stopped with a procedure call against the Panthers to make this 1st and 15 now, and that will help out Monterey's defense a little bit back around the 43-yard line. So 6:47 to go in the first half, 21-14 Monterey. It has been a shootout between these two, and the Panthers just continue to move the ball against Monterey's defense, but the Plainsmen, they don't shirk the challenge. They've come and answered back with 3 touchdowns.
Well, it's just one of those deals. They had a great call against the defense that was just a matchup, and if Monterey did not make the play at the line of scrimmage, it was a big gain, and that's exactly what happened.
1st and 15, Smith in the gun, backs to either side, inverted slot right, split and left. Here's the read. Here Smith gives the ball away to Jarvis Morris. A pad comes flying out of that pile at the 40-yard line, about 5 yards back downfield, as Morris gets met at the 40 by the Monterey defense. And Morris, almost as big as most of those Monterey defenders out there. He's going to gain 4, 2nd down and 11. And Stan, one of the things we notice with Smith is a lot of what we see out of Brad and Bobby Davis's friendship ball clubs. They do a lot of that similar, read the defense and then call a play.
Absolutely.
That's what Smith is doing right now. He'll come up, he'll stomp that right foot, put the hands out like he's taking the snap, look to the sideline, get the play with the Monterey defense set, and then go back and take the snap. And here he reads it down the middle again to Morris, breaks down inside the 25, lunges near the 35 to the 33-yard line, and he's going to gain 5 on 2nd down and 11 and bring up a 3rd down, and about 6 now needed for the Panther 1st down.
You know, Permian was doing this a little bit even with their previous coach with Smith. They were coming to the line of scrimmage and reading. So it's something that they've been doing, even though with the coaching change with the last 2 staffs.
I don't know that anyone can stop either one tonight. Smith with a 1-back set now. To his right, he has Murray up as I guess that's a fullback, almost an offset eye off the right guard are both backs. And here is Smith. He's going to read, run it off the right side, breaks a tackle to the 20, 15, coming near side, 10, 5, touchdown Monterey. Tate Smith gave it, read it, took it on that play, and raced into the end zone for the Panther touchdown. Now a point away from another knot.
Steve, that was the same play that they ran to the left just earlier that Stan asked me about. They put Morris and Gant right up there in the front. It looks like an I formation, except they're off behind the tackle instead of behind the center. And then that point, Tate Smith faked the handoff, took it himself, ran up across, and then again, I'm sorry to keep saying Cody Hill, bless his heart, is back there with 2 people on him, and he has no chance to make the tackle.
So here's the extra point to try and re-knot the ball game. It is on its way at the south end by Reber, and it is good, and it is knotted at 21. 4 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the football game. Now Monterey will get to play a little tit for tat here, as apparently that's what we're doing at Lowry and Lubbock this evening. We'll be back with the Panther kickoff after a 1-minute break on the Sports Express Radio Network.
Dear ECI, thank you for helping give our baby the head start we so desire for him.
ECI stands for Early Childhood Intervention.
ECI gave us an excellent insight on where to start, taught us how to better work with our daughter and teach her different things.
ECI is a statewide program for families with children from birth to age 3 with disabilities or developmental delays. ECI provides evaluations at no cost, and we work together with families to plan services based on your child's unique needs. Babies and toddlers learn best in environments that are natural and familiar to them. So ECI has developed a specialized model that works with families and children in homes and familiar places.
Dear ECI, I don't know how my child will grow and develop, but with the skills and help ECI gives, he learns more and more each day.
Find out more. Call 1-800-250-2246 or the ECI program near you. ECI, serving the whole child, the whole family.
Permian with the touchdown to retie the ball game now at 21 as the Panthers booted away at the north 40, and this is another high and deep kickoff to the goal line. Fielded by Sharif, comes up this near hash mark, makes a cut, 15, looking for running room, 20, dodges one, 25, 30, he's got some speed, 35, 40, makes another cut, he's going to the far side, but he's caught and knocked down at the 45-yard line in Monterey territory. Ahmad quickly comes up and knocks him down from behind, and oh my gosh, now we know why Omar Sharif is back there. He is quick-footed and darts and dives, brings that kickoff out 46 yards to the Plainsman 46.
You know, almost was going to say, you know, he was hitting up in there too soft and wasn't really hitting in that wedge, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He gets up there and hides behind the wedge, finds the opening, and takes off.
Steve, we're sitting here at 21 apiece, and you think, my goodness, this is still the second quarter. That's an awful lot of scoring. But on the winning games, Monterey has 47, 42, 24, and 38 points, and Permian has 41, 42, and 46. So they've scored this many before, just pretty much an average.
Here is Lyra back in. Option comes to Cody Hill. Left side makes a cut 50. Dodges one to the Permian 45-yard line and then goes down and lays there for about a second. He's got a shoulder that he banged in that Midland ball game, but you're not going to keep him out. Bront Bird comes up and lowers the leather that time, and I think we've got a penalty flag down back upfield that's going to apparently take away this Monterey run for about 6 yards by Hill and force the Plainsmen into a 1st and 20 scenario on the holding penalty on the option.
You know, Dr. North talking about the big scores that Permian had put up. The only thing that's a little bit different, before this game, they've only scored 1 touchdown in the first quarter.
That's true.
And so now, you know, if they can score 14 in the first quarter, what are we going to see for the rest of the game?
4 minutes and 36 seconds to go until halftime. The penalty is going to be stepped off back inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. So it's going to be first down, and we'll call this, well, not quite 20. It's about 17 needed for the first down. Here is Lyra, gives the ball away to the fullback. Not a lot of running room. The ball's loose, picked up by Permian. But let's see what this is all going to be about. The Panthers have the fumble recovery. Somebody jarred that thing loose. It may have been Ahmad Quigley. He was at the bottom of that pile on the running back in Longley, but it was Austin Schaefer that came up with the fumble recovery for the Panthers, and now they are even now in turnovers at 1 apiece, and this one is in Monterey's end, just like Permian's was in theirs, that Monterey took the lead in the first quarter, and now Permian has the chance with this one.
Steve, when you get backed up on a 10-yard penalty right off the start and you're 1st and 20, that changes the play calling. It makes you do things differently. You try a little harder, and that's how fumbles come about. And I tell you, that's that mistake of the holding was as big as the fumble was as far as a mistake.
Then Monterey's got to find a way defensively to bow up and stop this big rushing attack that the Panthers have put out on Lowry Field's surface this evening. Here is Smith, backs to either side. Reads down the middle, it goes. It's going to be Shaquay Grant. He's inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line goes the Panther running back on the far hash mark. Boy, he blew through there, and no one to stop him but Omar Sharif and Cody Hill, and they finally bring him down from behind. He darts inside the 15 to the 13, actually down to the 15-yard line is where this ball is going to be put. First down and 10 on the run by Gant.
Steve, they came out that time, and he stomped his foot down, and he didn't look at the coaches to see what was going on. They ran it just right then.
He does.
And so the Monterey defense just wasn't really ready for him to go.
He stomps the foot now, looks to the sideline. A 22-yard gain by Gant. First and 10 at the Plainsman 15 after the Permian fumble recovery. Here's the read. Down the middle goes the running back and Morris again, and he is going to reach the 10-yard line, and that's going to be it. Monterey will corral him. It's a 5-yard gain. Second down, but a long 5. Stan, you know, one of the things we used to see out of this Permian offense, their line, they're not big, but they'll get on you. They'll hold their blocks, and when you've got a big old pounding back like Morris at almost 200 pounds, boy, he becomes a battering ram.
Well, Tommy said they had to control the A-gaps. It's something that the defensive coaches have talked to them. They have not controlled the A-gaps during this drive. They're attacking that inside between the guard and center.
Second down, about 5, almost 5.5. Smith takes a high snap, hands the ball off. It is Morris again around the left side to the far side, and he will tear down near the 5-yard line and might have a first down and goal. So he, by himself right now, charging down the heart of this Monterey defense in the first half of football, and now they are only 5 yards away from tacking on a go-ahead touchdown. And with 2:50 and ticking inside until halftime, the Panthers trying to eat up as much clock as they can and go in with a lead at intermission.
Stan, you're right that they are small. We do see some 300-pounders in high school, but they certainly over with Garrett Porter have a 6'4", 268 sophomore on that left tackle, and they have Grant, who's a 6 foot, 237 senior. They're running that way.
That's a big old boy on that outside left tackle spot. Here is Smith, takes the snap, it goes right by him, and a flag flies from the umpire. And this may be a procedure call coming against Permian, it looks like.
I know you can't see this on the radio, and you may not even be able to see it on the replay if you're watching tomorrow, but the offensive line is holding hands at the line of scrimmage. The reason they do this is that they can't see the snap of the ball, and so what the guard does is holding the tackle's hand. When he lets go, then that means the ball is snapped. That time he let go before the ball was snapped and the tackle moved.
Ball's going to be put back to the 10-yard line. 3rd down, and they need 5 for the first down. Smith in the gun again. Backs to either side. He's got Morris to his right. He has Gant to his left. He's got wideouts to either side, but they haven't caught a lot of balls this evening. Permian's been crushing Monterey's defense on the ground. 3rd and 5 as Smith on the far hash takes a snap, runs a counter, hands the ball off to the left side, and with the run is Melvis Pride down the sideline into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's that same play they ran just right at the very first of the game, and Pride made a big gain on that. This time he actually moved just before the snap up to the line of scrimmage, stood there for a second, and then at the snap took back around the back of the backfield, got the handoff, and made a very nice run completely around, untouched, into the corner of the end zone on the far side.
So Pride breaks the tie, 27-21 with 1:55 to go until half. And here's the extra point try by Permian at the south end. All the kickers have been perfect tonight, and this is the same scenario here. 28-21. We've got us a shootout at Lowry and Lubbock. Permian leading Monterey. We'll be back in just a moment. Permian leading Monterey 28-21. They have fired a lot of salvos at each other, and there's still 1:55 to go in the first half. And who knows what the Plainsmen still have in their bag of tricks. They've pulled out a lot tonight. Here's the kickoff. This one going deep. It's going to be fielded by Sharif at the goal line again. Comes up the middle, runs into a pack at the 15-yard line. Still struggling out near the 16, but that's going to be it. He got 46 on the last one. He will get 16 on this one as the Panther kick coverage led by Shane Justice coming in defensively to bring him down. And Monterey now starts deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
And with 1:48 to go, you know, you wonder here at your own 16, are you going to put the ball up in the air? You can play conservative and just try to hang on to it, or put some more points on the board?
Well, Joel Lira comes back in at quarterback. He's got the eye. He's got a slot to the top right side, the wide side. Lira fakes to the fullback, runs off the right side, gets to the 20, and then he is buckled immediately near the 21-yard line. One of those Panthers came in around the knees and just cut him down in Alex Lujan. Bront Bird also there to finish off the play. Almost 5 gain, make it a long 5 picked up. 2nd down, but this is a short 5 needed for the first down, and all that did was set the clock running. And if Monterey can eke out another 1:20 on the clock with the possession, I think they're content to go in down 28-21 at halftime. Here is Lira, sets it back in motion, back to the left side, wants to option, he does, pitches the ball back to Cody Hill, and then Hill is tackled at the 20-yard line. He's going to lose a couple of yards on the play. Irving Escobedo coming in defensively from his middle linebacking spot to bring down Cody Hill on a short side option to the near side, and he bobbled that pitch there and was a little late getting on it as Escobedo came and finished off the play at the 20-yard line. 3rd down and about 6 needed for the first down after a 1.5-yard loss.
Josh Davis was out in front leading that play for Hill, and he made a great block on the corner, but then in came Escobedo for the linebacker spot, and I tell you, those guys are fast out of that linebacker area.
Well, they can really run. They'll get on you, and they'll stick to you just like bubble gum. Lira watching that play clock run down. It's down to 8. The game clock at 22 as the play clock's at 5. He'll take the snap. He wants to run a crazy option, fakes the pitch, runs up the middle. He's got a crease, 30, 35, makes a cut, far sideline. He's going 40, 45, 50 to the sideline, 45, and runs out of bounds at the Panther 39-yard line. 8 seconds to go in the half, and Lyra gives Monterey a fighting chance right before halftime as Ahmad quickly chased him out of bounds on the far side, and Joel Lyra darts 42 yards with an option keeper out of the crazy option, and he's given Monterey a chance right before intermission.
Patrick McNamara was in front at that time, and one of the things he was able to do for Lyra is step in and push out of the way one of the tacklers that could have stopped the play around the 45 or 50, and he got an extra 10 yards for Lyra just by a great block out in the lead out there.
And Dr. No, that's not the exact same. Really an intelligent play. You know, he picked the right guy. There's 2 or 3 of them. So many times you'll see somebody and they'll be running along and won't do anything or block somebody that's not going to be a part of the play. Really good job by McNamara.
And he didn't block him in the back either,
Yes,
which he could have had 2 or 3 chances earlier, and he didn't have a good clean-cut shot, and he waited until he had a shot at it.
Lyra down to the Panther 38-yard line, 1st and 10, and we have a Panther down back up field. That is Irving Escobedo. They were checking out one of his lower legs, and he is going to be assisted off the playing field to the far sideline, and hopefully everything is all right, but he does not look real stable right now.
Steve, you're down with 8 seconds left in the half, 28-21. You're now in their territory on the 38. What are you going to do now?
I put Justin Hernandez in and I throw it as far as I can into the end zone.
I'm going to throw it.
Or Lyra, either one. I would imagine both have good quality arms to get it this far. I don't know that a trick play is going to work with the safeties backing up 20 yards. Lyra's going to throw a quick out, but this is tipped to the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete to the far side. Looking for Patrick McNamara out there at around the 35-yard line. Andrew Amawa got a hand on that ball. Now 5 seconds to go until halftime. And here you heave it up as far as you can right now. Burger King has 7 locations in Lubbock to serve you, and Burger King currently running a special on Dollar Whoppers at all locations. Remember, you can have it your way at Burger King, home of the Dollar Whopper. Coming up at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will select the Built Tough Player of the Game, powered by your Texas Ford dealers. Each and every week, the Texas High School Coaches Association, along with your Texas Ford dealers, will select the statewide Built Tough Player of the Week. And who knows who it will be for Monterey this evening, as the Plainsmen look like they've taken a timeout right here. They're going to talk things over with 5 seconds to go.
You know, I predict that before the season's over that we see Cody Hill kick an extra point.
You think
because he's done everything else.
You think he's got a little Wes Welker in him?
I just think he's done everything else. You know, we've seen him, pick up fumbles and return them, return interceptions. We've seen him throw the ball tonight.
Yes.
We've seen him run. We've seen some you call them slobber knockers in the end zone to break up touchdown
busters.
Yeah, but like I said, I predict that Cody Hill that they. Let's get a big blowout sometime and let him kick it.
Oh, well, you might. I bet you he could do it, and he would probably welcome the chance. That's almost like being a 9-position player in a baseball game, You get a chance to catch one inning, you go play first the next, you play second, and so on along the ball game. Not too many guys get those chances, but Cody Hill, during his senior season, might get a chance to be a do-everything football player, including kick.
I think about the only thing you don't want him to do is get up there in that tackle position. At 5'10", 170, even though he's a senior, he's a pretty small guy out there.
Yeah, you don't want him necessarily blocking except downfield for you or on the edge. So Monterey coming to the line at the Permian 38, 2nd down and 10. That's academic. 5 seconds to go, and movement by both ball clubs, although Monterey started in motion first. Holloman coming up to the line of scrimmage was in motion, and that's going to be a 5-yard mark-off to make it 2nd down and 15, but that doesn't matter because they still got to go now 43 yards for a touchdown right before halftime.
As Michael Henderson returns since his injury, that's kind of when we've seen Cody in that backfield a little bit more, and I'm kind of looking for 34, and I haven't noticed him tonight.
I saw Henderson suited up. I saw him going through pregame, but we have not seen him in the ball game, so I guess he's not cleared to play yet, perhaps. Or if he is, then it's one of those situations where they just haven't used him, and we're going to have another timeout called to the playing field. This one may be by Monterey again, and indeed it is. They have one more left, and these last 5 seconds have taken about 20 minutes to run off the clock right here.
Well, Tommy had mentioned about the berms, especially if you look to the berm to the north now. That thing is packed over in that area, and there's not people There's not any space left here in the stands. You know, I thought maybe some people moved over there to spread out, but it is still just completely packed over here on the west side. And we've got people on both the south and the north ends of the stadium on the grass.
A lot of fans on the east side. Permian told me that they had sold their allotment of tickets, and we were under the assumption that this might be a sold-out facility tonight, but still a nice representation from Mojo across the way. They don't bring their band to road games, so consequently, if the band were here, it would look even more filled up on that far side.
There are 12 sections over there, and 8 of them would pretty well be full if they all moved in together in those 8. So it's 3/4 full over there, 2/3, whatever.
Play of the half, one back set, 3 wideouts to this left side. A blitz coming on Hernandez, dodges, pump fakes, now runs, but he cannot get away from the ensuing blitzer and Andrew Omawa, who will sack him for a loss at the 45-yard line to end the first half of football. With the score, Permian 28, Monterey 21. We'll be back with all the halftime activities, statistics, highlights, and interviews after we take a 3-minute break on the Sports Express Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Payne, and I'm with the girls Monterey golf team, and we proudly support the Monterey Plainsmen Athletics. Hit it, Monterey!
From 50th Street, the Monterey High School Plainsman Band. This evening's performance includes Mr. Roboto, Rockin' the Paradise, Too Much Time on My Hands, and The Best of Time. Drum majors for the Plainsman Band are Aaron Smith, Alicia Bowen, and Kristen Dempsey. Lubbock Independent School District and Monterey High School, the home of champions, proudly present the Swingin' Beat from 50th Street. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Monterey High School is proud to present our 2006 homecoming ceremony. From a long list of nominations, 12 lovely Plainsman young ladies have been nominated for this year's homecoming court by the senior class of 2007. This evening, we will honor each candidate with a rose of Monterey Scarlet Red as they are introduced. And so, at this time, we are pleased to present to you the Monterey High School Homecoming Court 2006. Our first candidate is Miss Whitney Abel. Whitney is the daughter of Sue and Rusty Abel. She is escorted by her father tonight. Whitney has been involved at Monterey as a member of the dance team for 3 years, National Honor Society, Key Club, FCA, and a yearbook editor. Whitney plans to attend Texas Tech following graduation. Our second candidate is Miss Dania Askins. Dania is the daughter of Tana and Dwayne Askins. She is escorted this evening by her father. Dania has been involved in National Honor Society, is the captain of the varsity volleyball team, an officer in Key Club, involved in FCA, Spanish Club, New Century Leadership, Student Council Homeroom Representative, and a member of the LISD TV Broadcast Journalism class. Dania plans to attend college and pursue a communications or accounting degree. Our third candidate is Miss Chanda Baker. Chanda is the daughter of Becky Scruggs and Robert Baker. Her escort on the field is her father. Chanda has been involved in choir, a student council homeroom representative, and currently is in DECA as well as National Honor Society. Chanda plans to start her higher education at South Plains and complete her college degree at Texas Tech and major in marketing or accounting. Our fourth candidate is Miss Vanessa Biltron. Vanessa is the daughter of Olivia and Arthur Biltron. Her father is her escort this evening. Vanessa is one of the football filmers this year. Vanessa plans to attend college and major in nursing. Our fifth candidate is Miss Kristen Burke. Kristen is the daughter of Cherry Love and Benny Burke. Kristen is escorted by her father this evening. Kristen has been involved as a student council homeroom representative and is an active member of DECA. Kristen plans to attend college and receive a nursing degree. Our sixth candidate is Miss Julianne Dykes. Julianne is the daughter of Shelley and Rick Dykes. Her escort this evening is her father. Julianne has been involved in varsity soccer, Key Club, National Honor Society, FCA, a sophomore class officer, and served as a student body officer for the past 2 years. Julianne plans on attending Texas Tech or the University of Oklahoma. Our seventh candidate is Miss Megan Garth. Megan is the daughter of Cindy and Gary Garth. She is escorted by her father. Megan has been involved in varsity volleyball as a sophomore, a JV cheerleader, FCA, a 2-year varsity cheerleader, and a member of the National Honor Society and Key Club. Megan plans to attend University of Texas or the University of Oklahoma and major in graphic design. Our eighth candidate is Miss Angelica Garza. Angelica is the daughter of Merta and Garza and Paul Garza. Angel is escorted by her father. Angelica is our MHS band where she plays the clarinet. Angelica plans to attend South Plains College and then transfer to Texas Tech to study to become an English teacher. Our ninth candidate is Miss Crystal Hummel. Crystal is the daughter of Christy and Jack Pope. She is escorted this evening by her father. Crystal has been involved in choir and National Honor Society. Crystal plans on attending South Plains College and then to a culinary school to become a chef after graduation. Our 10th candidate is Miss Shamika Jones. Shamika is the daughter of Sherlyn Finley and Anthony Jones. Shamika's escort is her brother, Richard Tamlin. Shamika is on our varsity volleyball and basketball teams. Shamika plans on playing college basketball while majoring in interior design or cosmetology at the University of Texas at Dallas or the University of Texas at Arlington. Our 11th candidate is Miss Molly Nichols. Molly is the daughter of Tony and Adrian Nichols. Her escort this evening is her father. Molly has been involved in National Honor Society, Key Club, FCA, debate, Student Council homeroom representative, New Century Leadership, and a member of the dance team for 3 years. Molly plans to attend Trinity University or Texas A&M and go into venture capital or law. Our 12th candidate is Miss Margot Oliva. Margot is the daughter of Margaret Light and Michelle Oliva. Her father is her escort this evening. Margot has been involved in varsity volleyball, academic decathlon, a JV cheerleader, is a member of National Honor Society, and an officer in the Key Club. Margot plans to attend the University of Texas next fall. Ladies and gentlemen, the Monterey High School 2006 Homecoming Court. Monterey High School's strength is built upon tradition. Tonight, the tradition continues with our homecoming queen. From the previous school year, returning to honor her alma mater by crowning the new homecoming queen. And so tonight, the Monterey Plainsmen are pleased to welcome back their 2005 homecoming queen, Miss Jeanette Salinas. Mr. Al Griggs, principal of Monterey High School, escorts Miss Salinas this evening and is joined by Miss Jennifer Walden, assistant principal, who will present our new queen with a bouquet of red roses. Ladies and gentlemen, the Monterey High School homecoming queen for 2006 is Miss Vanessa Beltran. Congratulations, Vanessa, and congratulations to our lovely homecoming queen candidates and their families. On behalf of the Monterey High School student body, faculty, and administration, thank you for your positive and consistent support of Monterey High School and your ever loyal Plainsman pride. As the entire homecoming court will now enter their golf carts and take a ride in front.
Stan Scott, Dr. Ron North, and Tommy Young with you at Lowry Field in Lubbock. They have crowned a 2006 homecoming queen for the Plainsmen. And now Monterey trying to complete a 5-0 non-district start. Right now they are down by 7, 28-21 to the visiting Permian Panthers. And gentlemen, this first half of football, my word, what a shootout between these two. And Permian with the final salvo right before halftime. Now I expect a defensive struggle in the second half. What do you think?
Well, I think the surprising thing for me is that Permian only has 74 yards passing and 168 rushing. I would have expected from reading the pregame clippings from previous games for that to be just the opposite.
Right, they were coming in here passing at a 57% rate, and they were throwing for 920 yards total, 232 per game, and they were only rushing for a total of 112 a game. So they have already surpassed their game level, or right at it,
rushing, right.
In rushing, and they are certainly not throwing the ball. With them leading by a touchdown, are they going to get conservative? Steve, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think there's a chance for them to do that.
The big key is right here. Monterey's defense starting this third quarter has to stop Permian because they're going to get the football. they're going to have the second half kickoff to work with. And if Monterey gets down by 2 touchdowns, it might be too deep a hole to try and come back against a pretty good Permian offense that seems like they're unstoppable this evening.
Well, I say if anybody gets conservative, you better watch out because you're going to get beat by 3 or 4 touchdowns. They're both going to have to stay aggressive with their play calling, both offensively and defensively.
Well, Monterey will kick the ball off to begin the second half. Permian will receive, and more than likely the Plainsmen will defend the south zone. So Permian will be moving from north to south, from left to right in this third quarter.
Steve, a news break. They just have announced the winner of the homecoming queen is Vanessa Biltron, daughter of Olivia and Arthur Biltron.
Oh,
so
really?
Congratulations to the new homecoming queen for Monterey.
Well, fantastic. So they have a new homecoming queen for 2006, and Monterey trying to pick up their 5th win of the season against no defeats. Permian comes in 3-1. Their only loss to number 3 ranked Euless Trinity. Now, when they played the Trojans, they were number 5 in the state, but since that time, A&M Consolidated has been knocked off, and I forget who else, but right now, Euless Trinity only trails number 1 ranked South Lake Carroll and number 2 rated Lufkin. So the Panthers have played some pretty good competition.
Was Trinity Division 1 defending champ?
Yes, they are. Here's the kickoff by Tracy DeBaca, fielding on the run at the 10-yard line at the north end on the near hash mark. It is fielded by Robert Murray, runs out across the 20, runs into a Monterey tackler at the 24-yard line. The ball is out. Monterey signaling that they have it, but no official sign. Now the official comes out and says Plainsman football.
Logan Morris, outside linebacker, comes out with it.
So apparently Murray, when he ran into that Monterey defender that just stymied and stunned him, that ball came popping out, hit the turf, and a scramble ensued at the Permian 24-yard line, and Monterey's Logan Morris comes up with the miscue. So now Permian does not get the football to open up the second half. That is going to be Monterey that has it now. First down and 10 at the Panther 24. Here is Lyra, option short side left, turns the corner, dodges one inside the 20-yard line, and then horse collared from behind by Adam Quigley, the strong safety who came up and made the stop at the 17-yard line. So Lyra running that little midline option to the short near left side is going to get 6. It's second down and 4 coming.
Well, you come out of that halftime and you're sitting there saying, now, guys, we got to hold them. We got to take care of them. Let's get that ball back. All of a sudden, you're thinking changes now. They've got a whole new concept. They're on offense now, and they're thinking for Monterey, let's get this baby in and let's get a tie score.
Here comes the Plainsman again, I formation. 1 back, he's in motion. That's Josh Davis to the far side. 2 tight ends. Handoff going down the middle of the fullback. Brett Longley sliding off the right side to the 15, and down near the 11-yard line goes Longley, and he will have the first down for the Plainsman at the Permian 11 on the far side. The hash mark there is where they'll spot the football, and Longley out of a set stand that we had not seen before that one.
Oh, and I like Lyra's decision-making. You know, he gives when he should, he pulls it when he should, pitches. He is really doing a great job of reading on the go as he comes down that line of scrimmage.
So with under 11 to go in the third quarter, Monterey trying to re-knot this ball game. They trail 28-21. Here's the pure flex bone set, wings tight to either side, 1 back and then split ends wide of that. Here is Holloman in motion right side. He is not going to get the football. Lyra is going to keep it off the right side, and he is down inside the 10 near the 9-yard line. That one's surrounded by white-shirted Permian defenders that time, and Lyra had no chance of pitching that football. All he could do was keep it. Adrian Quigley comes in, Andrew Omawa as well defensively as they encircled Lyra and bring him down after about a 2-yard gain. Second but a long 8 just inside the 10 near the 9.
Omawa was out there to take the pitch man for sure so that he did not let Lyra go out and take the pitch and take it to the outside.
So here is kind of that broken flex bone. The flex back tight to the left side. That's Holloman in motion. Here is Lyra, gives the ball down the middle to the fullback, and Longley rides it near the 7-yard line. He's going to pick up a couple there and leave it at third down and a manageable 5 for the Monterey defense now. Coming in and making the stop is Alex Lujan from his weak side linebacking spot, along with Ross Forrest, an outside LB. And now Monterey looking at a third down and 5. And I'd have to say right here, if they pick up 3 or 4 out of this, this might be 2-down territory, gentlemen.
Well, I think it is. I think right now a lot of things are going to be, multiple down territories because a field goal is not going to win this game for you.
Not tonight, it doesn't look like. Here's the straight wishbone, no tight end, wide outs either side. Lyra under center. He's going to run the option left side. He's got an alley. He's going to turn the corner. 5, touchdown Monterey, and we're a point away from being tied up. Greg Holloman gave him a block on the outside that got him into the end zone. Holloman, the pitch man on that play, but as soon as Lyra broke the line of scrimmage, Holloman became a blocking back and got Lyra across on the option to this near wide left side for the Monterey TD, and Sidabaka is going to see if he can tie it up again.
Steve, you are so right. Holloman absolutely knocked out 2 people on that corner to let Lyra just have the walk-in.
28-27, 9:21 to go in the third. Snap is down, kicks on its way. It's good. We're tied at 28 apiece here at Lowry and Lubbock. We'll be back with the Plainsman kickoff after a 1-minute break on the Sports Express Radio Network.
We have a dream of a one-on-one relationship with a caring adult. We have a dream of a safe place to learn and grow. We have a dream of learning marketable skills to use when we graduate. We have a dream of a healthy start and a healthy future. We have a dream to give back to our peers and community, because one person makes a difference. A community can make things change.
Tonight's ball game can be seen on LISD Cable Channel 12 in replay fashion tomorrow and Sunday beginning at 12 and again at 6, and then on Monday at 6 p.m. as well. No, I changed that. Lubbock High and Paladero will be seen at those times. They played the prior ball game. Monterey and Permian will be Saturday and Sunday at 3 and 9 respectively, and then 9 o'clock on Monday. And here is a short kickoff near side, fielded on a hop by Panthers, and then dogged and caught at the 20-yard line is the return man in Nick McFall. That ball fell in no man's land, and Evan Heath was down quickly to make sure that McFall, if he did bobble it on the return, that he could get it, but he fielded it on a hop in midair, came down, and there was Heath waiting for him at the 21-yard line, and Monterey will pin Permian now 1st and 10 at their own 21.
I think the Monterey coaches have seen the same thing that I've seen. Those deep men are inside the 10. The next line is up almost to the 25 to 30. There is a big gap there, and I think that's what Sidabaka is trying to hit.
And he almost hit it right there. 9:20 to go in the third, tied at 28. Monterey shuffling the defense. Tate Smith in the gun, backs to either side. They've run it more than passed it, and they're going to do it again. Up the middle goes the running back, but there ain't no room there. He's to the 22-yard line, and Jarvis Morris, and Morris got canned, if you will, at around the 23-yard line by the Monterey defense. That time they did get the A gaps. Only a yard, maybe 2 gained out to the 23 from just outside the 21. 2nd down and a long 8 yards coming. Shamadrick Atkins, Trey Horkey, everybody in that interior in there to slow down Jarvis Morris. 2nd down, as we said, a long 8 yards needed. As again, Smith looking out of the gun to the far sideline to get the play set.
They're shifting those two techniques down to one technique. They're going from the guard's outside shoulder down to the guard's inside shoulder. To again, this play, the same thing.
He takes a snap, he runs a little read, now he fakes it, and he throws to the far side, and it's incomplete at the 25-yard line. Chiquay Gant, the intended receiver, on the far side. That time Smith threw a bad ball at his feet, and he was only, just a little out route about 5 yards up the field away. So Smith tonight has not thrown the ball a lot, and maybe because of that, he may be getting a little stale in the passing game.
So Brian Peoples and Brian Moore normally are lined up on the outside shoulder of the guards. The last 2 plays they have shifted, and they're in the center guard gap. See if they do that again this time.
3rd and a long 8. Smith again in the gun, back set to his left, and there's 3 wide to that top far side. He runs to that side, wants to throw. Cox fires high and incomplete at the 35-yard line. Threw it over his intended receiver and Bront Bird. And Bird, even at 6'4", couldn't go up and haul that one down. Thrown too far inside, too far over the top, and Monterey's defense will buckle up and hold, and now Cody Hill will get a chance to return the punt. And a rare one it is. Chris Dykes back for his only punt attempt in the ball game for the Permian Panthers. And Dustin McClellan has only kicked it once for Monterey back in the first half. So Hill, a single safety set back there, and there are 8 on the line of scrimmage, maybe going after the kick. Here it is, and it's going to sail high. It's going to be short, coming to the near side. Takes a straight up hop at the 50-yard line and goes into Monterey territory, and then dwindles down inside the 45. And Monterey has it 1st and 10 at their own 45 on the near hash mark. Tied at 28. 8:16 to go in the third, and a golden opportunity staring them in the face right now.
Well, could you have drawn it up any better in the halftime and say, you know, we're going to come out and hit them in the mouth on the kickoff and get the fumble and go score, and we're going to kick it off to them, and they're going to go 3 plays and punt. You couldn't have drawn it up any better.
32-yard punt. Celebrating our 35th birthday at Schlotzsky's, where we still make and bake our own buns from scratch. Enjoy the original sandwich that made Schlotzsky's famous, or try the Italiano, Schlotzsky's newest. They have 3 locations in Lubbock to serve you. Funny name, but a serious sandwich. 1st down and 10, Plainsmen at their own 45. Option, no, it's going to be a pitchback going to Holloman. Sprints wide to the near side, to the left, 50, 45, lowers his pads and drives through a Panther at the 42-yard line in Permian territory. Boy, he laid a wailing of a lick that time on Ahmad Quigley and just got up underneath his pads and his chin strap and drove him out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And Holloman, with a big run that time, is going to pick up a 1st down at the Panther 42.
You talked about Holloman earlier being picked on some super teams at linebacker. He kind of had that linebacker mentality.
13-yard scamper by the eye back, and now the power eye set comes for Monterey as Lyra goes under center. Wideouts deployed to either side. Here is a fake to the fullback. Now Lyra looking for it. It's a busted play. He spins out of one of the backfield and lunges out to the 40-yard line. Going to pick up a couple of yards on a broken bone play that time. Back in the backfield trying to make the stop was Ross Forrest. He broke that tackle, and then Clint Hall finished off the play for the Panther defense. 2nd down, make it about 8.5 needed for the 1st down at the Odessa Permian 40-yard line.
And that was the midline option.
That was.
They were trying to take that thing, and Lyra was going to keep it and come right back up the middle, and Permian snuffed it down.
So 2nd down and a long 8, and here is the flex bone. 1 back, wings to either side, and wideouts further than that. Lyra, a straight drop, don't see that, but he throws a throwback screen to Holloman. Caught at the 45 to the 40, down the near sideline, 35-30, slips the tackle, pumped out of bounds at the Permian 24-yard line. Greg Holloman on a throwback screen from Lyra, and we have not seen that on the season, as Bront Bird will knock out the big running back for the Plainsmen out of bounds at the Panther 24-yard line. And I guarantee you, we're seeing a lot of things that Monterey has not drug out of the playbook this season.
And they were certainly that time. You could see the linemen just slowly letting Permian come through. Permian thought, boy, we're really getting back here. I mean, that was a well set up screen. 1 player in the way, and that happened to be Bront Bird, and that stopped the touchdown.
Straight bone, wideouts either side. Here is Lyra, fakes to the fullback, runs the option off the left side, gets hit and knocked down quickly at the 21-yard line. Ross Forrest broke loose, got hold of the quarterback in Lyra. He's going to gain 3, 2nd down and 7. But the big play in this drive, gentlemen, has been the 2nd down play so far. That's when Monterey on 2nd and long has been able to cash in and get 1st downs. I don't think they've had a 3rd down conversion on this drive. Robert, have they had one so far on this drive? No, they have not. So it's been 2nd down that they've gone and picked up the 1st on 2nd and long. Let's see if they do it here. Wing this time goes to the top left side, and now Logan Smith comes out of his stance, the right tackle for the Plainsmen, and this is going to cost them 5. 2nd down and make it about 12. Now back at the Panther 26-yard line.
Logan Smith's that big 6'4", 305 senior over there, and I think he can move a muscle, and you'd see it for a long way away. And
he just blinked.
He just blinked. No, he actually got up and thought he was going, and so
if you get that moving forward, it's kind of hard to stop it, I imagine.
Stop it. That's probably the truth.
It's like a truck on a down here grade, maybe on ice. Logan Smith, you don't miss that little shake and bake out there. So 2nd down, 12, back at the Panther 26 now. Flex bone again, Holloman in motion off the left side. Pitch back goes to him to the wide right. Tries to find a corner, makes a cutback. Now looking for an angle at the 25-yard line. He is surrounded and corralled there. He's going to gain only 1. Ran all that way, only got a yard out of it. 3rd down and make it about 11. Coming in, making the stop is Andrew Amawa from his outside linebacking spot to seal off the play. And now Monterey looking at a 3rd and long situation here.
Well, they made Joel pitch that time, and I think, if I'm the Permian defensive coach, I am making sure that I get something on the quarterback. Not stopping Joel tonight has not worked for the Permian Panthers.
Coming in Wide receivers from Monterey. Slots either side. McNamara, Davis out here, manned up to the wide left. Here is Lyra. Fakes the ball to Holloman. Runs to his left. Wants to throw. Now runs up the middle. He is caught and sacked at the 31-yard line. There was no place to throw the football, even with man-to-man coverage that time on the Monterey wide receivers. Lyra could not shake anyone loose and couldn't shake loose himself, and shooting through and getting the sack back there for the Permian Panthers as we watch this on the replay is going to be Austin Schaefer, converged on by Ross Forrest, and the loss is going to be 5 to force a 4th and almost 17 back outside the 31-yard line in Panther territory. And no field goal has come in as Tracy DeBaca stays on the sideline. Monterey going for it on 4th and 17. Straight bone, wide outs either side. Permian beginning to creep up, looking like they want to blitz. Lyra runs the option, turns the corner left side, gets an alley to the 25, spins to the 24, and that's going to be it. Shy of the first down by 10. He picks up 7, and the ball goes over on downs to the Panthers. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. Alex Lujan, Irving Escobedo coming in, making the stop defensively. Escobedo back in the ball game after being carried off the field or helped off the field back in the first half of play. Let's go down to the sideline with Tommy Young now.
Guys, after that last defensive stand, the Plainsman defense came over, and the coaches tried to calm them down, said, let's keep playing with intensity, but don't get over emotional. And then someone shouted out, there is no such thing as mojo.
I agree, there isn't. It's just a name. Here is Smith in the gun. They've got that eye off to the left side. Here's the handoff to Melvis Pride running that direction. Turns the corner as he slips one. He dodges one at the 30, another at the 35, out to the 40 on the far sideline. And Melvis Pride on the little handoff to the wingback going to the far left side is going to pick up 15 yards out to the 42-yard line. Cody Hill comes up and makes a stop on the mojo running back. And there's a little bit of mojo on that one, I guess, after the 18-yard scamper.
Well, they kind of walked their linebackers up inside, and they didn't have any type of pursuit angle from inside out after that play going wide to the left.
Tied at 28, 4:31 to go in the third quarter of play. Here is Smith, wants to throw the football, pulls it down, then he's hit by Shamadrick Atkins at the 42-yard line. He was rolling right like he wanted to run, then popped up, was having the ball above his head like he was going to throw it even with a pump fake, and then he pulled it down, and that's when Atkins lowered the hammer on him and drives him down after a yard gain, 2nd down and 9, and we haven't called Shamadrick Atkins' name a lot in this ball game.
Steve, the Permian line was actually standing up in pass blocking, so they were not expecting him to run. That was very definitely a pass play, but there was nowhere to go, and Shamad Atkins just came in and really put the level on him.
Now they call the play, and Atkins highly motivated behind the defensive line as Tate Smith in the gun again. He's going to give the ball off on a delayed draw. Morris running left side, can't go anywhere to the far hash mark and dropped at the 43-yard line by the Monterey defense. And I guess Atkins knew what was coming there. 3rd down and 8 as filtering in Logan Smith and Atkins as well to converge on the tackle. And now all of a sudden the Permian offense that looked like a juggernaut in the first half has just barely reached the 50-yard line here in the second.
Well, I think Atkins did pick up some kind of signal because he made a defensive call and put those 2-3 techniques down in twos, and they stopped that play right up the middle that's been hurting so bad in the first half.
Here is 3 wide to the wide near right side on 3rd down and 8. 1 wide top side to the left and a back set to the right. And Smith now is going to turn and call a timeout. So Monterey may be sniffing things out a little bit defensively here in the ball game. We'll take the break. 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the third. Tied at 28.
Are you ready for? Are you ready for CHS is here, ready for you? Are you ready for? Are you ready for CHS is here, ready for you? Are you ready for? Are you ready for CHS is here, ready for you? Are you ready for?
Coronado High School is where our future is taking flight.
The Lubbock Independent School District, where the future takes flight.
Hi, I'm Trey Horkey, and this is Monterey Student Council, home of the Plainsmen.
Go Monterey!
Here is 3rd down long. Here's a blitz by Monterey. Smith rolling right, tackled and sacked inside the Permian 30-yard line. They'll give him progress to the 32. Logan Morris came shooting on a well-side linebacker blitz and brings him down, and it's 4th down and now 17 needed for the first down, and Monterey's going to get the ball back in a tie situation. 2:45 to go in the third.
We decided to let the punters play a little bit here in the second half, didn't we?
I guess. As back in punt formation, Chris Dykes, as Monterey now dropping back to set up what looks like some coverage, and Dykes loses it, but he has plenty of time to boot it away. There was very little pressure. Hill will field it at his own 34, spins away, comes near side to the 35, looking for a block, dodges 140, 45, makes another cut to the 50-yard line and into Panther territory at the Permian 47-yard line. Cody Hill doing his best Wes Welker in his senior season. He's done a little bit of everything this year.
Oh, this is just the time not to have the punt block called. He drops it, fumbles it around, and finally kicks it off. Monterey with the return on, and they get good yardage after the return.
And Cody Hill caught that thing with his hands. I mean, you don't see a punter usually catch the ball with his hands out in front, especially around his knees. A 34-yard punt, and Hill catching it with his hands and not cradling it with his chest, then running from his own 32 to the Permian 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Monterey. Straight bone, Lyra in it, quarterback still. Wide outs to either side. Hernandez was in the second quarter. Lyra option wide side to Holloman, covered up. He spins to the Monterey 49-yard line and dropped on the far hash mark, and the Panthers had that one just sniffed out. Brought Bird in there first. Also, Andrew Amawa was there to corral him and help bring down the big bullish running back for Monterey. Loss on the play of 2 to just inside the 50-yard line before you get to the 49. It's 2nd down. Make this a long 12 needed for the first down.
Steve, you were mentioning that Texas Tech is looking at Bront Bird, who is, as we said earlier, is already committed to Tech.
Right.
Looking at him to maybe even be up as a defensive end. The type of tackle he just put on then would be great for a defensive end. I mean, we hit him at the waist and came right down and put him down with his legs.
2nd down long. Here's the give. Fullback Longley driving into Panther territory again on the far hash mark, running right down it, and he's going to eat up another 4 or 5 yards and pick up a 3rd down and 7 scenario for the Plainsmen. Irving Escobedo coming in defensively, making the stop that time for the Panthers. And Monterey right now, they're kind of wearing thin on this Permian ball club here in the second half. They've tried a lot of things offensively, the Panthers have, and they've all been just sucked down the drain by Monterey's defense. And right now, the Monterey offense has owned the third quarter in time of possession. Here's 3rd down and long, though. Straight bone, wide outs either side, ball on the far hash mark. Lyra fakes the option, turns the corner. He's got a crease, dodges 140, and then lunges down to the Panther 37-yard line, and he has the first down as he picks up 9.
Well, you better stop Lyra. Every time they've made him pitch, I think that they've got a better chance of holding him. He gets turned up the field, and he's going to make yards.
Well, Ross Forrest came in, made the stop on the play.
And Holloman is leading that play. He comes out of that wishbone, and he leads that play and knocks that corner down, and that lets Lyra cut inside the corner, off the tackle, and the linebackers just can't get to him quick enough.
So 1st down and 10 for Monterey, picking up a 3rd down and 7 scenario. Here is Lyra, 3-step drop, throws the fade far side, looking for McNamara, but he's covered up in man-to-man coverage. Great shirt tail coverage by Matt Lawson, the corner on that side, running step for step with Patrick McNamara. The Monterey split in down inside the 15-yard line on the quick fade to the far side, but it's incomplete. 28 seconds to go in the third, and Monterey brings it back to the Permian 38-yard line with 2nd down and 10 attached now.
And you said wear them down, and that's one thing the Monterey offense has done. They have gotten stronger as the games have gone on. We saw in Abilene, the first game of the season, when they scored every possession of the second half.
Asked South Lake Carroll about 3 years ago about getting worn down here. Here is Lyra, fakes to the fullback, runs off the right side, caught and tackled as he was getting into some space at the 33-yard line by Bront Bird, the free safety, and sure-handedly he brings down Lyra around the knees on a tackle that was going to prevent a huge play as the game clock runs down inside 10 now. 3rd down and 7 as Lyra is going to pick up 4. We'll make that 3 out of that, almost 4. 3rd down and a long 6, we'll call it, but we'll have to do that after we do this. The third quarter has concluded. Tied at 28, Monterey and Permian. Hang on, buckle your seatbelt. We're in for a wild ride in the fourth, and we'll be back with that in just a moment.
Michael Vance, and this is the Monterey Drumline. Monterey, where the future takes flight.
Hi, I'm Damian Madrid. This is the Lubbock High Golf Team. You are watching LISD TV.
Channel 12!
(28-28), Monterey and Permian knotted up, set for the fourth quarter of play. Tonight is Monterey's 2006 homecoming, and Tommy Young has the newly elected queen down below.
Guys, it's hard. She's getting congratulated everywhere. We are with the 2006 homecoming queen from Monterey High School, Vanessa Biltron. And Vanessa, I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked the Lubbock High queen. What do you think your job is?
Just to keep the Monterey spirit strong and support the Plainsmen.
And that's something you do a lot, right? We'll come back to her in just a second.
All right, we've got a 3rd down and 7 for the Plainsmen. Now as we open up the fourth quarter of play at the Permian 34, Lyra wants to run the option to the right side, and that ball came loose and recovered by Permian at their own 35-yard line. So one of the Panthers got in there, knocked it loose. Irving Escobedo comes up with the loose leather, and now Monterey's scoring opportunity is going to be turned away on a turnover. 1st down and 10, Panthers at their own 33 now, and back downstairs to Tommy Young.
Well, Vanessa, this game back and forth, it's a pretty exciting game, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And this is one of the biggest crowds we've seen in the Monterey side in a long time. That's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
How excited are you?
Real excited. It's a privilege and an honor to be on the homecoming court, and it's really a big privilege to be nominated the queen.
Did you think you were going to win?
Everybody had a pretty good chance, and it was really surprising. It's a privilege.
Here is 1st down and 10, Permian at their own 33. Here's a little run by Jarvis Morris off the near left side out to the 36, but a penalty flag comes flying in, and now Morris a little bit slow getting up. I think he's taken a pounding from this Monterey defense here in the second half in particular, and now a little gimpy as he heads back to the far sideline. He may not know what huddle to go to right now. Let's see what the meaning of the marker is holding against the Panther offense.
Steve, on that fumble that turned the ball over, it looked like Lyra was trying to hand the ball off, and he thought he had handed it off. And as you see him, he pulls out as though he's continuing the fake, and the fullback didn't have the ball. And it was on the ground, and nobody was looking for it because neither one of them thought that they were supposed to have the ball. They thought the other one had it, and therefore it was just all Permian's ball.
Well, I saw the exact same way. You know, Longley thought he was not giving it to him, and Lyra thought he was, and it's just a miscommunication there between those two.
Here's a late change in the secondary for Monterey as Patrick McNamara comes in. 1st down and 20. Smith throws a screen to the AstroTurf below. I don't know who was open on this near side at the 25-yard line, but Murray. There was no one there.
Yeah,
Robert Murray was supposed to be the guy, but the only people around it were red shirts and the turf.
He literally slipped on the turf. He fell down. Murray's feet slipped out from under him, and he just flat fell down and was running up to catch the ball, and he just fell down as he tried to turn around and look for the ball. And like you say, had Monterey just had 1 or 2 more steps, they could have had a free flow all the way to the end zone.
They really could have. Here is 2nd down and 20. Here's the handoff on a sprint draw to the far side. Getting the corner out there is Gant. He's going to race outside the 25 and reach the 30-yard line, and then pummeled out of bounds by the Monterey defense. I think that was Cody Hill and Shamadrick Atkins that converged on Shaquay Gant and just laid a lick on him at the 25, actually the 30-yard line. So the gain is going to be close to 6 and bringing up a 3rd down and 14 now coming for the Panther attack. And we haven't seen them throw the football much, and they may need to right here.
Steve, you know, it's hard to believe, but little simple things like that holding penalty, they don't seem like a lot, but it puts you back at 1st and 20 or 2nd and 20, and you just can't overcome that in this kind of a game.
Here is Smith, gun formation, 3 wide to the near left side, 1 back, he fakes to him. Here's a blitz coming, he fires it downfield. It's caught at the 50-yard line, almost getting loose is the receiver and Nick McFall, but Logan Morris only a half a step late on an outside blitz from his linebacking spot. Nearly got to Tate Smith, but he unloads the ball deep down the playing field. Cody Hill will bring down McFall at the Monterey 48-yard line after a 22-yard pass.
Yeah, you can't get out of that 3rd and 20 or whatever it is unless you have Tate to McFall.
Oh, gosh.
Again, they were trying to disguise a cover 2, and they rolled into a 3 deep coverage, and they just played it too deep.
So first down and 10 as the Panther passing attack bails them out. 3 wide to this near wide left again. Here's the handoff, though, going to the running back. Running off the right side is Murray, and he's going to move it inside the 45 down to around the Monterey 42-yard line. Now, all of a sudden, maybe the Panther rushing attack beginning to wear a little bit on Monterey's defense. 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the ball game. Tied up at 28. 28-21 was the halftime score. Permian on top. Monterey got a third-quarter touchdown. And, guys, I said I expect a defensive second half, and lo and behold, it has been a chin strap buster. Here is second down and 4. Handoff going to Murray again down the middle, and he is stopped shy of the 40-yard line at the 41. So a third down and a right around 3 needed for the Panthers now as Monterey's defense beginning to bow up here.
And I'll tell you, Odessa Permian has gotten out of their 2 men on each side of the quarterback. They're going to just 1. They have 3 receivers over here on this side. They ran that the last play up the middle. Watch out for a pass here.
Third down 3. Here is Smith. He's going to give the ball down the middle of the running back. He's to the 40, 35 on the hash mark on the near side and runs to the Plainsman 31-yard line. Robert Murray breaking down the middle against the Monterey D, and he's going to keep the Permian drive alive after the Monterey turnover on the fumble and make it first and 10 now. Panthers at the Plainsman 31.
That was the same play they ran before they ran it off the left side over the big man Garrett Porter, and it went nowhere. This time they went over Huertas and Boyles on the right side, and he picked up plenty for a first down.
Yeah, he did. First and 10. Smith in the gun, wants to fire the ball down this near side, looking for Rob Bird, but he can't get to it into the end zone. Double coverage on the big split end, and Bird overshot by about 3 yards from the 5 on in, and the pass is incomplete. Second down and 10 back at the Monterey 31, and that's about the first time I think they've really thrown that ball in his direction. Caleb Davis and Patrick McNamara in coverage.
Well, both coaching staffs are working so hard. I tell kids all the time, you can't do the same thing and expect different results. Both of these coaching staffs are making adjustments on the run, coaching their kids, and it's just really a great chess battle.
Here goes a handoff to the right side, and tackled immediately is Sequay Gant as he could not get loose. He's going to be dropped at the 33-yard line, loses about 1.5 yards. Third down, we're going to call it 12. Someone got a hand in there and just tripped him up, and I think it was Bryant Peoples, the defensive end, the stud end as they call him, that just reached down and snatched Gant's legs out from underneath him, making it a loss on the play. Second down is a loss of 2. Third down and 12 coming up.
I'm not real sure if Bryant Peoples made the tackle or just shoved that back into him, and he knocked him down.
Smith out of the gun, fires far side, incomplete. He threw that into his coaching staff on the far side, and one of the coaches is out onto the playing field, almost to the numbers. I don't know that he thinks much of that pass right there, or if he's on an official. It was intended for Lavorick Williams, but well covered. Fourth down and 12 coming at the Monterey 33-yard line for Permian now.
I'll tell you, Ben Seymour from that quarterback was in front of the receiver, and had it been a well-thrown ball, Seymour would have had it because he was in perfect position to intercept that.
A timeout taken on the playing field. 8 minutes and 28 seconds to go in what looks like a nail-biter down to the end. 28-28. Do you know why Schlotzsky's buns rise and shine? Because we do. Every day before we bake, we make our buns from secret recipes, fresh from scratch. Then we oven toast to perfection and blend 13 unique ingredients into a Schlotzsky's Original. And right now you can get an original with chips and drink for under $5. For fresh from scratch buns, get yours over to Schlotzsky's. And don't forget about after the game. Stop by any of our 3 Lubbock locations and make a meal of the Original or the Italiano with a drink and chips for under $5. Steve Dale, Stan Scott, Dr. Ron North, Tommy Young on the sideline tonight. And gentlemen, I think we're going to bite this one all the way down to the quick tonight.
Norman Allen out there is talking to Delaney, his line judge over here, and I'll guarantee what they're talking about. What do we have for overtime? What are our rules? What do we have to do?
Yeah.
They're already going over that. What happens?
Justin Reber is going to have a tee go down at the 41-yard line. A 51-yard attempt. It's in the middle of the playing field at the north end. He's got a little breeze at his back. Let's watch this. The kick is on its way. It is sailing. It is wide. It is short. It is no good. Monterey's defense has dug in again with a turnover by the offense. The defense will turn away the Panthers on a 4th down field goal try of 51 yards, short and wide, and Monterey now takes it over 1st and 10 at their own 33.
Stan, you said a field goal is not going to win this a little bit earlier. I guess it's not if you can't make them, but that was an awfully long field goal for a high school, and this is a position field position game with it 28-28. I'm really surprised Permian didn't go ahead and put it in the corner with a punt.
I'm going to bet you $1. Monterey eats up the clock, wins this ball game on this possession. Here's the handoff down the middle. Brett Longley, the fullback, both hands around the ball. He rumbles out to the 40-yard line. He's going to pick up 6 on the play as he is knocked down on the near hash mark. Coming in, Bront Bird, the free safety, making the stop, 2nd down and 4. And Longley has been very effective out of that fullback spot, not breaking big runs, but effective runs, 4, 5, 6 yards. He gets 6 there.
And 2nd and 4 is a lot different than the 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 7 you've been talking about, where it's made a long play to get the first down on 2nd. They have a lot of choices now, and there goes down a lineman with a cramp.
We've got a Monterey offensive lineman. That looks to be the left guard for the Plainsmen, and Cutter Foreman, who is down. And hopefully it's just a cramp, but I mean, he got to the line of scrimmage, and I mean, he buckled to the ground, and that may be exactly what that is. So a little momentary break on the playing field. Monterey will assist him to the sideline and apparently work out that Charlie horse, and we'll see who comes in to replace him at that spot. That may be Gilbert Caballero at that left guard. Or let's see if we can find out who it is. Here is a...
Yeah, I think it's Caballero, 59 is back in there. And I can't see the far left side to see who that tackle is. But Caballero is in the game.
That tackle is now Kevin Bustiellos. So 2nd down 4 with a new left guard. Here's the I formation, slot to the short right side. Here is Lyra, fakes to the fullback, runs off the right side. He has a clearing, 45, 50, 45 to the sideline, and then knocked it out to the 50-yard line. And Monterey wants a penalty flag, and we may have one. The referee throwing it way behind the play and way late as Lyra got knocked out of bounds by Matt Lawson and Ahmad Quigley. And I think they hit him late out of bounds at the Panther 41-yard line, and we may have a late hit personal foul penalty coming.
Well, an official right there up on the play, you get blocked out sometime like that, Dr. North, because he didn't call the play, but it came from 2 others away from the play.
Right, you actually have different assignments. I mean, just because somebody's right in front of you doesn't mean that's what you're watching. And it may be somebody's from clear at the back judge position that has that particular player. So just because he didn't throw it doesn't mean he didn't see it. He was actually probably doing something else. But, boy, there was no question. That was a late hit, and Monterey was certainly screaming for it, and they got the call.
7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the ball game. The run of 18 yards by Lyra, tacking on 15, all of a sudden turns in that into a 33-yard play. And the ball is going to be 1st and 10 now at the Panther 27-yard line near hash mark at the south end. Wide side of the top left, that's where a slot is. In fact, it's the flex bone. Here is Holloman in motion off that left side. Pitch back going to him right side, and he rumbles inside the 25, down to the 22, maybe the 21-yard line. Goes Greg Holloman before Bront Bird converges on him. You know, guys, they have had some big meetings in this ball game, Holloman and Bird, and sometimes Holloman's won at that time. Bird wins that one, but Holloman got 5 out of it, 2nd and a nickel needed.
Well, I see them running that play over and over because we've seen them do it so many times. It's that pitch, that off-tackle pitch, and you get Holloman running downhill. Lots of times we've seen them line up and run that play 3 or 4 times to just smash mouth football into the end zone.
Inside 7 to go, tied at 28. Monterey trying to drive it downfield. Holloman 17 rushes, 117 yards. Lyra option wide, left side of the top of the formation, and he's not going to get anywhere. In fact, he is corralled and slammed down hard at the Panther 21-yard line. On the far side, if he got anything, it was about a foot. Irving Escobedo chased him to the far side and brought him down with a crushing tackle at the 21-yard line. So 3rd down and 5 coming from Monterey. And this Plainsman ball club has thrived off of big plays on big downs throughout this season. And this may be the biggest one in this game tonight.
Well, I sure don't know if I want to score real quick, though. With 6 minutes to go and what I've seen Permian do ripping off big plays, I'd like to maybe just drive this down for another 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, I again say this is 4-down territory. I don't know that you go for the field goal, but you might. Here's 3rd down and 5. They set Hill in motion off the right side, and Lyra options right side, back to Holloman, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10-yard line, and then chopped down on the near side. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 12. Coming up was Robert Murray to cut his legs out from underneath him, but Holloman on the wide pitch to this near right side got loose, and he's going to get the 1st down to make it 1st down and 10 at the 12-yard line.
I tell you what, Cody Hill made one heck of a block, just completely taking out Bront Bird. I mean, Bird was right there in the position to make that tackle, and the little guy, Cody Hill, at 5'10", 170, took out the 6'2", by Bront Bird. That made the play.
And then down the field, Josh Davis doing the same thing with the corner.
10-yard run, straight eye, wing right, handoff down the middle. Here goes Holloman. He's inside the 10 and bulls his way down near the 7-yard line. So Monterey right now just deciding to tee off on this Permian defensive front, see if they can get pad on pad and get lower than the defensive linemen and linebackers and drive this thing down the field. And Holloman's going to be inside near the 6-yard line to make this a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5, and the clock down to 5.5 as coming in and making the stop is Mitchell Davis from his defensive line spot.
Actually, the reason I was pointing to that, Steve, Caballero took Davis and just absolutely pancaked him, and he had no chance to do anything.
Here is Lyra, wants to give the ball to the fullback, and he scampers off the right side, but there's no room. And that again looked like a misread by Lyra, as he may have wanted to give it, but he couldn't get it to him, and he decided to keep it, and he's going to reach near the 6-yard line, right at the line of scrimmage where the second down play began. 3rd down and 5, and again, Monterey in another big 3rd down test.
I'm not real sure if it's not the midline option again, and we haven't seen that as
and
much
it's just clogged up
from Monterey lately, where he pulls that out and wants to turn around and follow him right back in there.
Yeah.
Last year we saw Ashby so many times take that thing and break it back and do it almost went backside, and Permian is doing a good job of stopping that play.
Here comes the straight T formation. First time we have seen that. The Plainsmen with 2 tight ends. Lyra setting the offense. Goes under center. He's going to turn, option right side. Looks to pitch, turns the corner, leaps his way down to the 5-yard line, but shy of the first down as he needed about the 3, and he's going to be at about the 4. Bront Bird came in on this near side and cut down the quarterback in Lyra, making it 4th down and a yard. They're going to mark him inside the 4 at the 3.5, and he needs about a half a yard on the play. Down to 4 to go in the ball game, and still knotted up at 28.
And that's to make a first down, and it's 4 to make the touchdown.
Right.
So, you know, this is, again, one of those play calls. Do you go for the field goal? Do you try to get the 1 yard? Do you throw to the end zone on a fade play to take the touchdown? There's so many calls that could be made. I would hate to be the defensive coach trying to make the call on this play.
In the past, they've run right side behind Bulls and Smith. Will they do it here? Straight T again. 2 tights, wide side of the top far left, and now Lyra pops up, and he may have had the Permian Panthers leap offside.
He called timeout. He called timeout before anything else happened.
He popped up, and he was looking over across the line, and some of the Panthers moved. And for a moment, it looked like maybe there was an offsides call coming, but Monterey will take a timeout. We'll stay here. We don't want to miss this 4th down play. 3:31 to go in the ball game, and what had been an offensive shootout in the first half has all of a sudden turned into a white knuckler here in the second, and ain't nobody left to seat or the berm tonight.
Steve, I have to just keep talking about officiating. That was excellent officiating right there. They could have certainly called Permian offside because they moved and jumped across as Lyra came up, but he came up, given the timeout signal. The umpire said, no, timeout was here. No flag on the play. Don't give a game like this to somebody on a questionable flag. Give it like they meant it to be. Call timeout, let them have their time and go. I just have to say, Oscar and Norman Allen, great officiating.
Oh, they're putting the tee down now.
Monterey is going to bring Cidabacca out. Attempt a field goal from 20 yards away on the near hash mark into a light breeze at the south end. Cidabacca, a left-fielded field goal kicker. The kick's on his way. He has not missed this season, and he doesn't here. Cidabacca, a 20-yard field goal, splits the uprights. 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the ball game, and Monterey now leading 31-28. So the onus is on the Monterey defense now to hold the lead and keep the Panthers out of the end zone or with staying out of field goal range. So we will be back with the Monterey kickoff after a 1-minute break on the Sports Express Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Jessica Hendricks, and we're the Lubbock High Westerner cheerleaders. Lubbock High is celebrating 75 years of greatness. Once a Westerner, always a Westerner. Go Lubbock!
The Lubbock Independent School District, where the future takes flight.
I'm Michael Vance, and this is the Monterey Drumline. Monterey, where the future takes flight.
This has come down to 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the ball game, and Monterey with a 3-point lead. Will 3 win it, 31-28. Cita Baca will pooch it to the far side of the playing field. It's fielded on the run, and then stepping out of bounds, making a fair catch call is the Panther return man, and he does right at the 20-yard line in Nick McFall. So I guess it didn't matter if he stepped out of bounds or made the fair catch. That ball is going to be at the 20-yard line nonetheless.
I really think Cita Baca has found that open area, and he's trying to kick that thing in. There is a big gap between your 3 deep men and then the next row that's up inside, probably a 15 to 20-yard gap there.
Steve, Permian averages 232 yards per game passing, and they have 95 so far. 211 rushing, but 95 passing. I think we're going to see that increase right here.
Here comes Smith, hands the ball off, right side. Big opening for the running back out across the 25 near the 30-yard line. That may be Shaquay Gant, and it is. Gant tears off 10 off his own right side out to his own 30-yard line, and Monterey finally brings him down and slowly getting up as a Plainsman defender on the far side. One of the rare times we've seen a red jersey a little slow getting up in the ball game.
So he's grabbing either his knee or down towards his ankle and cannot read a number at this point.
Well, I don't see, and I'm looking, but I believe that might be Shamadrick Atkins.
And I was kind of thinking it's one of those defensive linemen, and they rotate those guys in and out so much, but I just can't see at this point.
They have him up, and he will come to the near sideline, and it is Shamadrick Atkins.
And I think didn't he miss maybe the Midland game a little bit before that?
Yes. The Midland Lee ball game, I believe. And he is a little gimpy as he comes to this near sideline, and coming in to replace him is going to be Chris Rivera, 5'5", 186 pounds, but do not undersell him, just like you don't undersell Cody Hill. So even though Atkins may be the better specimen physically, Rivera has speed and quickness and aggressiveness and tenacity. It's short of the first down on the carry by Gant. It's about 9.5. He has a half a yard on second down coming.
Basically a free play for Permian. They can run anything they want to here.
One back set to the left, 3 wide to this left side as well. Handoff on a little counter going back to the right, and tackled from behind is Jarvis Morris by Logan Morris. Morris on Morris, and a loss on the play to the to the Permian 28-yard line. A loss on the play of 2. Third down and about 2.5 down needed for the first down. And that clock down to 2:45 and running. Permian has 1 timeout. Monterey has 2. And Monterey leading 31-28.
So a great job of staying at home on the defensive backside.
Smith in the gun, rides the ball off the right side. Morris tackles him at the 30-yard line. Shaquay Gant caught by Logan Morris on the sprint to the short far right side by the nape of the neck and thrown down at the 28-yard line. 4th down and 2, and Logan Morris saying, I'll fill in for Shamadrick Atkins now.
5'10", 168. He ain't a big boy either, is he?
We have to pick a forward tough player of this game somewhere, and I tell you, those 2 plays have just stopped Permian, both by Logan Morris.
They have to go for it now. Here comes Tate Smith up behind the line. They run that offset I to the left side. Tate Smith's going to run it. He has the first down, lunging his way outside the 30 to the 32-yard line behind that line, and we've got a Panther a little bit slow getting up on the play in Jarvis Morris as Chris Rivera comes in and makes a stop on that, and now the Panthers back to that no huddle. And Stan, that's one of those plays where they line that I up offset. Now I say offset because it's off the left tackle and the quarterback's at his regular spot, but they run almost at that loaded side of the line, don't they?
Well, they do, and they've been really Monterey is really working that defense, showing a lot of different fronts, trying to confuse that offensive line.
Down to 140. Smith wants to throw, needs to throw, does near side, caught Bird, breaks a tackle, 45, and down to the Monterey 42-yard line. Cody Hill got there a little bit late on the read, got a lick on him that threw him off balance and then knocked him down at the Monterey 44-yard line. A big pass, a big first down for the Panthers, and now Monterey with their back nearing the wall. 23 yards on the catch, 1:30 to go, and the Panthers have 1 timeout. They need a field goal to tie. A touchdown would win it. Here is Smith rolling to his right, fires to the far side, and it is intercepted by Monterey to the 30, and then stepping out of bounds at the 32-yard line is Ben Seymour, and Monterey will win the ball game.
He was just exactly where he was the time before, right in front of the player in perfect position. The ball was way overthrown the last time, and he didn't get a chance to intercept. This time, a well-thrown ball, and Ben Seymour was in perfect position to intercept.
And he steps in front of Melvis Pride and takes the ball away, and then steps out of bounds at the Monterey 31-yard line with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Permian with only one timeout can't stop it a lot, so Monterey can take 3 knees right here and more than likely run this baby out tonight.
Well, and the homecoming dance has started on the Monterey side. There's some boogieing going on down there.
So the Plainsmen staying back in that huddle. It doesn't mean much. The game clock is not running. The play clock's down to 10. Here comes the offense to the line. Straight bone, no wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Optimum ball protection. Lyra rolling right, looks like he wants to throw. Now he's just going to run back to the left of the far hash and runs down to the 23-yard line as he is tackled there for a loss and sets that clock moving down to 1:05, and it's going to be second down after the loss of 7, 2nd and 17.
He was just running around trying to lose some time off that clock. He wasn't about to throw the ball. You could see that he was just avoiding tacklers as best he could, and he probably ran off about 7 or 8 seconds doing that.
We had a quarterback one time, was playing Monahans in high school, and the coach told him to just take off and run out the back of the end zone. Kid runs a 4.6. He got out of the back of the end zone too quick. We had to kick off again.
Down to 35 seconds to go. One more play should do it. Lyra's going to run to the right again, just trying to eat up some clock, and he's going to go down on his own at the 15-yard line on the near side. Andrew Amawa comes in defensively. Now we are down to 27, and Permian will use a timeout on 3rd down and very long for Monterey, but more than likely just one more play and this ball game's over, isn't it, Doctor?
Absolutely. If he goes ahead this time and runs the play, at that point, it'll have about 12, 13 seconds left. They cannot stop the clock. He obviously doesn't want to get out of bounds. He will stay in bounds, and they will not have to snap it again.
So Monterey looking for a 5-0 start on the football season, and I think they just got it tonight as they will own District 3-5A. 4 victories over Abilene High, Midland Lee, Midland, and now Odessa Permian, and maybe in advancing order of playoff contention with those 4 teams. This may be the best team in District 3-5A in the Permian Panthers, and the celebrating beginning to take place now in the Monterey stands this evening.
Steve, do you remember the Sun Bowl that Oklahoma and Tech played, and up in the stands, there was a big sign that says Oklahoma is the Southwest Conference champion. They had beaten Baylor, Oklahoma, Texas. They had A&M, and now they took on Tech and beat them. And they said, we're the Southwest Conference champion as Oklahoma. Well, the same thing we can say now about Monterey. They're the 3-5A champions because they've beaten everybody down there.
Permian has no timeouts. Lyra in the take a knee is going to walk back another 4 yards to the 11-yard line and go down, and that will start the clock moving. And even with the play clock, which is not running, Monterey will not have to run another play this evening. So the Plainsmen got smacked in the mouth early by the Panthers on offense. 7-0. Mojo got on top early, but Monterey smacked right back tonight. And the clock has run down. The final score, Monterey 31, Permian 28.
boy, he puts it up.
LISD TV thanks you for viewing the preceding sports presentation.